welcome to episode 30 of TemTalk, your weekly podcast dedicated to the creature collection MMO Temtem. As always, I'm Von Lin, and I'm joined by Presby Kennedy and Gaijinbu, but we have a special guest with us tonight. It's PlusOP. Plus, how are you doing?
We are doing pretty good. How are you guys?
I'm doing well. I should have warned you before we went live. I was like, I'm going to play music, and that means we're live, but I forgot to tell you that we let it fully play, and then I start talking for post-editing reasons, so you're like a little thrown off there. Sorry about that. Welcome. Good evening. We're so excited to have you on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
And
way to go, Von Lin.
Kennedy, how are you doing today?
I am happy, and I'm excited, and I'm here. I didn't put in what I've been doing this week in TemTalk, so I'll be filling out the notes. But yeah, I'm having a good week, man. I'm having a good flipping week.
Oh, that's great to hear. Guys, what about yourself? How's your week going? How's your Labor Day? I know you work today, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did work today, but Labor Day is generally a very not busy day at work, so that was pretty cool. It was very just sort of mellow, and that was nice. So I just watched a bunch of like YouTube videos about PC stuff. I was watching some of the videos on the new NVIDIA cards and some other stuff. So
it's funny that you mentioned NVIDIA because I heard that they're announcing more stuff, and I have buddies into that in stock. So I just bought stock in NVIDIA, so I hope they do well. I hope their stock does well now.
Perfect time, right after a big launch when the stock price is already up.
I bought it before that. Mm-hmm. I bought this a little bit ago before the launch. But listen, but for those that don't know,
RTX 3000 looks fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah, man. I'm debating between the 3080 or the 3090. It depends on if I start doing YouTube
3090.
stuff.
I just upgraded
this for content creation plus. Like you do YouTube, you know all the resources that can take. So a 3090 would just destroy everything you need.
Yeah. I just upgraded this computer in February, and I did a bunch of research like into graphics cards, and I was just like, I just don't feel like I think it was like the 2080 that was out at the time, and I went with the 1660. I was like, for the money, like the price difference, like it's it was like a $400 difference in price tags for the performance. I was like, I'm not going to get the 2000 series. And now, like looking at the 3000 series being launched, I'm just like, yes, and
the prices, like the performance and the price, the 3070 is more powerful than the 2080 Ti, like, and it's a $500 card.
Dude,
yeah, it's like I think I would have been super angry.
I bought like a 2080 like through probably 5 months ago or so.
Oh no! Well, I mean, it's still a good card.
Funny enough. So yeah, I wasn't thinking. I didn't know the 3000s were right around the corner. I would have waited a little bit, but I guess maybe we wait till the price drops a little bit because right now they're like at the peak price, right?
In a couple months,
maybe around Christmas time they'll drop a bit.
Yeah, in a year they'll just shave like $100 off the price tag.
Don't worry, you guys can sell the 2080 Ti's for like $200 in a couple of months.
Well, I mean, it's still a good card if you can afford it.
I was gonna say there's nothing that the 2080 won't do for me for like 2 years. Like I can play any game I want to on it for a while, so I'll be okay. But before we get too far into this, before we get to the news, in case anyone doesn't know PlusOP, anyone on Twitch right now obviously is gonna know who you are. This is usually the moment where I'd like to tease the guests and tell them not to let the fandom of coming on and the celebrity status of being on TemTalk go to their head. But in this case, I think having you on, I'm going to try not to let the fandom and celebrity status of doing a TemTalk with you go to my head.
No.
No, but in case you're watching...
No, says Plus, the biggest Temtem streamer who does like crazy amounts of stuff for the community.
Yeah, in case you're watching this on YouTube and you're not a big Twitch person, or you're listening to on the mobile app and you don't go on Twitch, Plus is just what Gaijin said. He's the largest Temtem streamer that there is that's dedicated solely to Temtem. So we've been wanting to have you on the show for a long time. We're very happy to have you on now.
Not to mention, #1 most handsome streamer on TemTalk.
No, now you guys are going overboard.
We can argue about that.
You guys are getting carried away.
We've all seen that clip, Plus. We've seen it. The people in chat are explicitly demanding it already. So.
Oh my god, it happened one time. Wait,
what is? I don't know what this clip is. What is this about?
Plus started.
You don't know. Oh man, what happened that day? So I was rushing to get online. So I had just hopped out the shower. I had yet to put on a shirt. I put go live, and I usually put go live when I have my starting soon screen on.
You forgot to turn the starting
but I
soon
put
on?
go live when I had my home screen on, aka my cam.
I
didn't have a shirt on.
What an ethos!
Yep.
What an ethos! That's how you got all those subs.
Accidental.
Now I know what I have to do.
Though. It really was accident.
Now I know what I have to do to get those kind of Twitch numbers. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. There's no secret.
It's actually funny because I stream TemTalk a little bit, and I have a very, very, very small audience. But on like the occasional night when you're not streaming, and if like Gaijin's not streaming, I joke around that I'm the #1 TemTalk streamer sometimes when PlusOP and Gaijin when PlusOP and Gaijin Boot are online. So there's a fake rivalry in my channel that I'm trying to overtake your channel, but it's just a
there we go.
Yeah. Listen, enough of all of this. Let's jump into the news about TemTalk, shall we? The people came here for.
Let's do it.
And as always, plus we start with looking at Cipanku week right away. So I just pulled that up. Funny enough, you guys, I didn't notice this, but you guys were telling me before the show, Cipanku reset early again. What is number 4? Is this number 4?
Are we just gonna revert back to the normal time at this point, or can we just call it 12 a.m. Eastern time again and just call it quits, Crema, please?
Yeah, I mean, I would be down for any time as long as it was, consistent, as long as we were told what time, right? Because everyone kind of makes their schedule around whatever Crema tells us. Right. So it's crazy that they tell us one thing and then they go ahead and do another thing. Back to back. It was
an accident on their side because they did apologize for it.
Again, did they say apologized every one more time? Like another accident for the fourth time?
So I said this 2 weeks ago. I said that we're probably going to see it happen again because it's more than clicking a number. It's something in the code or something on the server that keeps reversing.
It's definitely server side, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, like at this point, just call it 12 a.m. Eastern time. It was perfect. It was working fine. We knew when to expect it.
This is the world trying to tell you, Crema, that you shouldn't have switched the time. We all liked it, and karma's out to get you.
Hey, I am actually happy with it resetting at the later point on Monday morning because I had this thought Sunday. I slacked and I didn't finish my free Tim. I was like 180 Tims away, and it was like Sunday night, and I was like, I could grind for like another 2 hours and just do this pretty easy. And then I decided, I was like, no, I'm not going to. I'm just going to turn in what I have and I'm going to go to sleep. And I probably got there and turned it in like maybe 40 minutes before it reset.
You're the one that always preaches about doing free time early too.
I know, but that's why I say like I like the later date because Sunday, like you have Sunday, most people have Sunday off. You have like, if you're slacking on the time at the start of the week, you can just grind into Sunday night, turn in your free time, and get ready for reset Monday morning.
Plus, do you free time? Do you free time every week or no?
Yeah, I try to. The only free time I ever missed was the one last week where I believe it was the 2 stamina hacks.
Yeah.
But that was the only time. So I tried my best to do it. I did it last week. But I kind of started thinking the fact that Crema keeps doing it, and I know you guys say it's an accident or it's in the code. I feel like this is their way to limit limit the amount of how many perfect Lumas there are in the game. So they're slowing us down. They're tricking us so that we don't finish free 10. We don't get the hacks, and then no one has perfect Lumas. So this is their their accidental way to keep perfect Lumas out of the market.
Oh, let me go get my tinfoil hat on for this. Hold on. Well, we every time this happens, of course, we talk about it to death on the show. So it's always, but every time it's happened, we've talked about it. And QA Angel, who I don't know if he's the lead of their quality and bug team, but he's on the bug team, if not the team lead for that. He comments usually each week and he corrects us on something. And so we were saying a bunch like, oh, is this something that your department does or what's causing this? How hard is it? And he did comment and he said that it's something to do with the server not interacting well. I don't remember the exact comment, but he said the server's having issues with those.
Yeah, he said the reason why it happened last time wasn't that anything reverted. They were actively fiddling with the server and doing server work that week. And I could definitely see maybe a reason what might have caused it was that update that they did this week that, of what they did with the rank stuff and the Pansuns and the increased rewards. Maybe fiddling with the server, and I don't know.
Well,
something wasn't put back right.
We've been beating around the bush. We should say for those what it is. It's an amazingly exciting time in Cipanku, and it is an awesome Cipanku. I've been waiting since Kisiwa dropped for this week. That's right. We have our first Kisiwa Lumas available in Cipanku. Goaty with a 3-time rate, 100% spawn. Psycho 3 times rate, 50% spawn. 3,800 paint, 8 Psy cards.
Pyco. Not Psycho. It's Pyco. There is no.
Some people
PH.
say Pico.
I mean, sure, it could be Pico, but there's no I either.
Listen, guys, if I didn't mispronounce Temtem names, I'm just trying to give you more content to be able to get into your edge. You're the quietest guy. I need to give you stuff to correct. All right, keep on your toes. Make sure you're listening. We all know you're not looking at the show notes, Doc. So I gotta make sure you're checked in still.
So I'm looking currently at Goaty on the wiki because it does have an egg move chance.
Yes.
This is actually the first opportunity to get these egg moves on Goaty with both Burrow and the other one is Head Charge.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, they're not available through breeding. That was confirmed in Discord by one of the devs. Someone linked it into me in Discord that, you can only get Goaty egg moves through Cipanku. So I'll make them extra valuable, don't you think? Especially if
I mean, it depends on how many are caught with egg moves. I mean, no, it's a 10% chance, but them being in Cipanku decrease the value already. But if they have egg moves that aren't unobtainable, yes, technically it could.
I
make
wonder
them
if competitive players would pay more. Are either those egg moves good enough?
Competitive move.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't kind of what
funny
moves
enough,
is it?
Burrow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Burrow and Head Charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Plus. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, funny enough, someone already caught one, a Luma with an egg move already, and it's just Monday.
That's so nice. That's so incredibly nice.
Let me tell you, I woke up
saw
today.
it on the Discord today, or our Discord.
I woke up today, I was laying in bed, it was Labor Day, it was like 9 a.m., and I was just scrolling Reddit, and I was like, Cipanku reset, I've been waiting, let me check it, and I pull it up, and I look, and I go, it's Kisiwa Temps, it's so exciting, and I went straight to my personal Discord to just like talk about it and see what people are saying, and as I was opening it up, I'm like, if anyone already has caught one of these Lumas, I'm going to be so mad, and even in my little Discord with like 20, 30 people, 2 people had already caught Goaty Lumas by like 9 a.m. on a Monday. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Dead Fox, my artist and friend, they 2 back-to-back Goaties.
Jeez.
Wow. Wait, like literally back to back?
Like they encountered one, caught it, next encounter.
Jeez. Nice.
And
jeez.
Like this is the first time I think they've really played in like a while anyway. And then Crema just be like, hey, here you go.
Well,
2 back-to-back after 6 encounters.
Pretty much.
That's still crazy. I saw that and it reminded me of when Cipanku was messed up and Rabier and Kalamazoo SVs were really high and they fixed it after a couple hours. So I was like, maybe the Luma rate's all messed up. So I immediately got on and I did like 300 encounters and didn't catch one. I was like, okay, I think those people are just lucky.
No, it wasn't.
I did a couple encounters too. I feel like I'm up to like 600 encounters. I haven't got anything, but you can't expect it in that little. But still, I gave it a couple hours. Dual hunting too with the 2 accounts.
Oh, going hard off stream, huh? Plus, is that normally when you use 2 accounts?
Yeah. I usually don't do it on stream, but yeah, off stream, especially. I mean, you guys saying that this has been the best Cipanku since Kisiwa, which is Kisiwa was what, like 6-7 weeks ago now.
It's been
finally. I've been wanting a good Cipanku week. Of course, there's been some good ones like what was it, Zephyroff? And,
I like the Zephyr week, and there's one other.
I
mean, the Kisiwa Temps is the exciting part, right?
I'm pretty partial to the FOMOs.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
FOMO's good. FOMO's got a million moves. Yeah. FOMO was really good too because it's a Tim that's an easy male that gets Ice Shuriken.
I know. I'm just being sarcastic because there's just so many. Like, how many times we need this?
And Genki too.
best part about FOMO week was the pun that Kennedy made last week about the fear of, you don't have to worry about having FOMO
fear of missing out
because it's just FOMO.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
The rest of Cypark, the free time, it's 50 to 420, 2 Telmore hacks. Like same thing I said last week. I think they found their pattern. I think they figured out that they do 400-ish releases and they give out 1 or 2 hacks. Even Yaw kind of said that they found their stride with that, and they don't like doing super 500 plus release cosmetics.
Give us cosmetics back, damn it.
Yeah, I would kind of like to see some cosmetics. What did they have one time? It was okay. They had some haircuts,
there's
right?
been clothing.
Yeah,
there's been dyes. There were
dyes
shirts
don't count because dyes are still continuing.
Yeah. But they had like shirts
and shirts.
Yeah. But Yaw said that they didn't like doing those because they felt they needed to make the releases too high, and the people complained that the releases were too high. I mean, we're like a broken record. We had this whole discussion just a week ago.
People still complain that 400 is too high, so it doesn't really matter.
But yeah, so
I mean, 400 is a lot, though.
We'll get to what we've done, but I'm personally planning on going pretty hard and hunt these Lumas in Cypark. Are you guys planning on spending some significant time in Cypark? I mean, Kennedy, you already seemed like you were in Discord. You said.
Yeah, I'm hunting right now on stream. So in the background of my web camera, you'll see me Luma hunting. Have
you caught one on stream on live before?
Gaijin did.
Oh, have I ever caught a Luma live?
Luma.
No. I own 3 Lumas. I caught my second OT Luma ever yesterday, or the day before yesterday. I caught a garbage Hidati when I was running to turn in my free Tem. It has no egg moves. It has like garbage stats, but it's got the OT Deodori tag on it. So,
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah, I plan on going decently hard. I kind of want both of them, and if I don't get the right trait, move flank, I kind of want another one because I want to play it in PvP since it has that auto scale. Because move flank doesn't need any egg moves, so he's not too bad to play if you want to play something in rank.
And Moflank, I gotta say the Moflank Luma and the Goaty Luma look so damn good.
Yeah,
they look really good. But on top of that, with Moflank, there is an extra slot for its moves. It's like a lot of people vary on what they take as the 4th move. They normally do base jump, goring, execution, and then they either take pickpocket or cage for their final move. With Moflank, like having access to Burrow, that could potentially set up situations where you get free, not free, but you can force on notice to proc. Like that would be. I actually don't know off the top of my head if Moflank evades a move if on notice still procs, but like I don't know. To me, that makes me hyper excited of just like more options for this Tim.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of breeders probably just catching goatees, not even Luma ones, just to breed out those egg moves. And there's like 2 egg move flanks are gonna be hot on the market, like the new hot sellers.
Yeah, man, these are going to be tearing up auctions this week. Tuesday night, Temporium's running an auction, and I will be like very excited to see if anybody comes with these goatees and what the price for them gets
there's
set
going to
at.
be enough to go around for all the auctions. PlusOP's auction, Temporium's auctions. Everybody's just going to be. It's just going to be one long 8-hour session for both of you guys with just goatee eggs.
Hey, Josh Stryker still runs auctions too. I saw him running one last week. Not this past week.
For real?
Before last, yeah. I saw him running one, and then he started playing Fall Guys, and I was like, this man.
Well, the other big news this week was everything they did with the pick and bans this week. Kind of, I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of opinions on this, but let me break it down with people. There was a series of tweets about it. It started out with a tweet on the 2nd that said, in a competitive match, do you prefer blue side or orange side? High tiers have expressed an imbalance between both sides, and now data confirms it. We're ready to get to the bottom of this. And then there's more tweets about this. Sorry, let me actually pull it up there. I didn't realize I didn't pull it up there. It says, up until the Kiswa patch, the general data we had showed a very even 50-50 win rate for both blue and orange sides. And we talked about this at the time, and we didn't agree necessarily. But our community disagreed, as they said right there. More specific analytics introduced with Kiswa prove there is indeed a small difference in high TMR levels favoring orange side, and
Ooh.
and then I'm clicking on tweets here. Another interesting thing the data has shown us is that color allocation was not 100% random, but somehow linked to the TMR difference between players. So this is some kind of bug coding. We'll perform a small maintenance so we can ensure 100% randomness in color allocation and get truly useful unaltered data. So I wasn't sure if they were talking about just in their new pick and ban or if that always had been the case. But and then finally, without further ado, I'll pull up their actual new order that they ran with. So I said we've gotten plenty of good suggestions from the community to balance and even this out, and early access is the perfect time to polish and improve, which is very true. I think a lot of us forget that a lot, that this is a time of testing still. So today we'll be changing the pick and ban phase order, and the new one will be looking like this. This is not a permanent change. It will last from today until next Monday at the same time. So it stopped sometime today already. We're hoping to get valuable data out of this test, and we might try different variations. As a treat, they increased Pansun rewards by 33% as well. So without further ado, I've pulled up the actual pick and ban order. And so now it starts with a blue ban, an orange ban, a blue pick, 2 orange picks, a blue pick, an orange ban, a blue ban and pick, 2 orange picks, 2 blue picks, 1 orange pick. I mean, I might as well throw it straight to you, Kennedy. How are you feeling about them experimenting with it and the idea they suggested?
I mean, you can, but Mr. PlusOP too has been competing this week in some upper levels of competitive sim. He was playing for Club Wars, so I actually haven't played with the new pick and ban yet. I didn't play any games this past week. But I did spectate games. From what I can see, the community really, really likes this change, and it feels more balanced. In that people are actually starting to prefer blue side, because final counterpick is nice and counterban is nice on orange side. But that early tempo swing of first counterpick that blue side gives you can always just give you such a head start into a game. That even playing into, a better pick team, just having that opening turn to be yours, normally, puts players in a position where they're able to make moves happen and pivot and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So all in all, really short summary. Lots of people like this. I haven't played with it yet. I will play with it this week and definitely have my thoughts on it next week.
So, plus, you're not going to be able to play with it next week because they turned it back off already.
Yeah, well, they actually said, quote unquote, they didn't have enough data, so they're extending it. So it's still live, and it's still going to be live for at least another week. I think the way it's going, the way people are feeling about it, I think they should leave it permanent until maybe they figure out a better way. But as it stands right now, it's definitely 100% is better than the previous model. So I don't know. I think I think every competitive player can agree that they should just leave it as it is until there's a better way. But there might not be a better way. This might be generally pretty balanced. I know right now a lot of people do say blue's feeling a bit favored, like Kennedy said, just because of that early tempo, which is so important in Temtem. But then you get that, some players in like our tournament, just to touch a little bit about it. One at the finals, the person had the decision on who can send the invite or what color he wanted to be. He chose to be on the orange side, and he actually still won. So maybe to some players they still they don't necessarily value that early tempo too much, but the majority still do. But maybe not as crazy as orange side was last patch or the patch before this all happened.
I think that's a good sign, just the fact that you're seeing different players pick different preferences. Ideally, that's what a good pick and ban order would be, is not have one be super favored. So I mean, have you personally liked it, plus in your own matches? And
yeah, I think it's way better. And the funny thing you said about the TMR thing, so I did notice that before. Like if you queue into someone that was way higher TMR, they would generally give you the favorable side, or the lower TMR player favorable, but now you don't. So like if you have a really long queue and they queue you up someone like 200, 300 TMR above you, they're going to have the favorable side, or it's random, but there's a chance that they're going to have it, and they're already way above you in terms of experience, right? So I've run into that a little bit this week. But other than that, it feels good. It feels really good. It's nice to have a bit more balance in the Temtem. And huge shout out to Carr pioneering those changes, because he's the one that really brought that to the forefront, brought it to Crema's attention. So shout out Carr for making those changes possible, as well as the competitive community too.
Yeah. Got to know about yourself. I mean, I know you're not a big competitive guy, Gaijin, but just want to make sure go around the full table here.
A take from the outside, the noob's view. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that they're trying to listen to the community and trying to adjust this accordingly. But I think what we're going to find is that there's going to be a very difficult way, like it's going to be a difficult time to make this like 100% even to both sides. I think there's always going to be a positive and a negative in a pick and ban style system. Like, someone's got to pick first, and picking first is always going to seem unfavorable to somebody. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm glad they're listening to people, but I personally, having never really done too much competitive, don't have a whole lot to say about how I think it could be improved, but I just feel like somebody's always going to feel like it's unfavorable in them, on them.
Well, plus the same thing is that there might not be a perfect system, but this is an improvement, and I think we can all applaud an improvement in taking step towards something that's a little more balanced. And yeah, like I said ideally the perfect system would be you would see tournament players 50-50 split on which one they preferred, which will probably never happen. They'll always prefer one of the two, but as long as they can minimize that gap and the feels bad as much as possible, I think that will be nice. And I did find, so I had one more tweet that I didn't pull through, and it's just like you were saying, Plus, I read the first half of this tweet, and I'm glad you pointed out the second half. So it's really a good. It's a good thing we had you on. Yeah, because they said the rank rewards have been returned to normal, but since we haven't gathered enough reliable data, they're going to maintain the pick and ban order for a while. So I tried the first sentence and closed this out like a filthy casual just skimming. So they
classic.
Yeah, those of you who've tried it out, how does it feel so far? So. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, any other thoughts on this before we move on to the next thing? Otherwise, I'm looking forward. I think more time will tell, right? It probably hasn't been long enough to get a ton of.
Yeah, I think one of the issues in just keeping like the community updated, who's the people who listen to the podcast. As I was scanning through the Discord and pulling out posts for the weekly mix, one of the reasons I think that they're leaving it open. A lot of top-level players tanked their TMR so that they could farm Pansuns with the increased Pansun rewards so they could get quicker queues. So the data that they got was skewed, as there were high-level players playing at low level of TMR, and then the people who are playing at top levels of TMR were throwing matches. So the data wasn't really reliable on how well the pick and ban order was performing at those tiers. So I think without the bonus Pansuns, people are going to, want to play interesting games, climb back to where they should be, and then we'll be able to, tell rightly how well blue and orange side are comparing to each other at different tiers of play. Because right now, everything's just kind of jumbled together.
Well, to transition to the next bit of news, this may seem a little odd, but let me ask you guys: anyone fans of HGTV here? In between the four of us, because
my mother watches it like crazy, so I've passively absorbed a lot. I could design a house for you.
Because it was Crema, it was Crema HGTV week on Twitter. They said we've been practicing IRL housing with the new Crema Games headquarters. What do you think? Disclaimer.
Poor Q Angel.
Yeah, disclaimer, no Pigapex were harmed in the making of these photos. There's two sets of them here we'll go through. But a few interesting things, before we just jump into these photos, a few interesting tidbits of information besides just the fun of seeing all these, which we'll go through and speculate on in a second. But one, new headquarters. I didn't know that. I don't know, but you guys know it. But they have, so I bet that's probably due to the success of Temtem. They've upgraded their office space to be larger and allow more room. We spent a lot of time speculating and talking about the growth of their team, so interesting. Two, we didn't know that they were back in the office, but Itsuki on Reddit, I think, in one of the Reddit comments, Itsuki said that, some people had been back for a couple of weeks, and it sounded like more of them are back now. So maybe a little bit of a pipe dream wish, but maybe, I know that they said working remote was making it harder and slowing things down, so maybe we'll hopefully be able to see a little bit slightly quicker updates now if they're all back in the office and able to work together. Who knows?
Yeah.
Any opening thoughts for you guys before I start jumping into each picture here and kind of to describe them?
I can't wait until we get to some of these chalkboard ones.
Those
Suki
are a lot
actually
of fun.
gave the hints for the sci part via chalkboard, so that was interesting.
Oh, is that what you think? Is that what the hint was for the sci park? I was wondering if it was maybe either housing or let's look at it one at a time. So the first 4 set is.
So does that mean Q Angel was one of the hints?
No, it was a different picture. I didn't include it in the mix.
Since I got trolled by Gaijin earlier in the week, I'm more in tune to my new favorite thing is to watch Gaijin troll and watch it go over Kennedy's head and answer the question seriously. So the first picture here, it's just their entryway. I mean, there's not a lot to say. I'll just click through these first 4. They're not. It's an entryway. It has their logo. It says Crema. I don't know. Does anyone? What does it say on the wall there?
A bunch of monkeys making video games. Is that? I guess there's a slogan.
That's their tagline. Yep, that's been on their website if you go to it for a while. When TemTalk first came out, I was checking them out as a company. Yeah. So this next pictures are more fun because one, they have a beanbag area, and they have the Pigapec plushie makes its first appearance.
So they need to just sell more plushies. Like, even if it's not that Pigapec, they need to make other plushies. I'm guessing Plus would love a Goulder or a
they would make money if
Rumble.
If they sold Temtem plushies. They'd make money.
Babua.
Yeah, well, I think they are, guys. I think all that's coming. They're just waiting to finish the damn game, right?
Exactly. You're right.
I'm sure it's gonna come.
It's coming.
They're gonna do
100%.
full release, and then there'll be merchandising. That's right. But I like this is cool because again, being like I have a very corporate job myself. I see that these tables in the back. This looks like a shared workspace. / like it's called like hoteling where people can work from home some days, I bet, and then like rent a desk and come in maybe. So maybe.
Well, they're probably not renting a desk, but
I mean like rent a desk as like temporarily like set up in this area for a couple days and go back home, So it's interesting. So they might be doing a hybrid remote location with this, but the next picture is cool as their break room. And the coolest thing I like about this, you can see they have an arcade machine in their break room. I don't know my arcade machines well enough. Can any of you guys identify what game that is from the side?
Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, that's
the
what
original.
it is, of course, with Samus right on the top.
And you can see, is that Ness down there in the bottom?
Super Smash was an arcade game?
Area.
Was it? It was an arcade game before
it
was on console?
No.
The on top of the house, that's the Ness area, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
But,
It wasn't an arcade game. It was a console game. But I mean, you can make these into arcade games. Like, all it takes is plugging 2 controllers into a system and putting a monitor in there.
Yeah. All that I'm seeing from these photos is that I don't know about you guys, but I want to go work at Crema now. So
I think they're doing a really nice.
Actually, I think I lied. That looks like Melee. I think that's Super Smash. That's Melee. That's the second one, not the original game.
But listen, I know occasionally a couple people from Crema listen, so if you guys need to hire someone, just nudge, wink, wink. I'm right here. Just
I'll move to Spain.
TemTalkshow@gmail.com. Yeah. The other thing I wish I could read the magnets on the fridge in this. They have a bunch of little magnets. I wish I could see what those were. I want a close up of that. So that's my request for a tweet this week. Give us a close up of the fridge. And then the last general one, it's just like a conference room with a nice bookshelf. Oh, they have game board. I didn't see this before, but there's a bunch of game boards and stuff. So they have like a little, again, it seems like a nice place where they have an arcade machine, game boards in the office, beanbags share. Obviously, they're encouraging it's not you're not chained to your desk, do your 40 hours and go home type of environment, which makes sense for a creative development studio, but nice to get some confirmation of it and see it. Can you guys make out what any of those books might be? Like, do you think they're possibly like, they look like they almost could be like D&D rule books or something of that kind. Do you guys think it could be?
Yeah, I can't make them out on my screen, but
it's like on the CIA, those cop shows. I need someone to enhance and zoom in for me and enhance on that.
Enhance.
Let's see.
I would think they're like developing books, like little tips for how to code better. I don't even know.
Coding for dummies.
I hope they're trained well enough that they don't have to have that in the common area. But yeah, you're right. It could be something related to their work. 100%. It could be reference books or something.
Setting server reset times for dummies.
Yeah, someone needs to edit that as a meme. now that you've said that.
I just zoomed in on the picture on my screen. I can't see what the books are, but the games look like Taboo, Cards Against Humanity, and Monopoly.
It's Suki. We'd like a close-up of the fridge and a close-up of the bookshelf if you can this week. So the next round is, we took this chance to decorate the walls for your eyes only, and who knows, maybe drop some hints in the process. So, the first one, there's a good meme coming up in here. The first one, I mean, I'll let you guys take over. I don't want to go through. One of you guys wanted to quickly describe some of this?
This one here is CEO Tataru whipping a sleeping Ori, presumably for not doing its work. I mean, it's probably supposed to be coding and or powering certain things, but is obviously not. But or it just is snapping a whip. Maybe not even at the Ori, just either or.
I should take back my comment. Maybe they do have a really nose of the grindstone work environment. The first pictures indicated not so much. Not the real stories being told here. And they have some housing as well. So I think that's a sneak peek / hint of the housing coming in, and maybe what we can expect.
Yeah, exactly what you said. I think it's exactly like what they're currently working on. Like, CEO Tataru telling these guys to, get to work on the current project at hand.
Yeah.
I like what they use. I think it says get to work, and I guess they're calling them cremososos, which I guess, it's a play on word of, crema. But then lazy people is perezosos, so they're saying cremesosos, like crema, lazy people at crema. So it's a little funny thing there.
Yeah,
that's really funny.
On Reddit, there was a Reddit comment that someone said it was either this or something else from that. It's some kind of nuance meme, and there's some layers that I need to go find that. But someone was talking about that being a Spanish meme. Yeah. So, what's this creeping off to the left side, just peeking off on the edge of frame?
It appears to be a snake head of sorts, perhaps. I mean, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's very. It could be a hamburger for all we know.
New Temtem? Maybe part of a new Temtem?
Yeah, do you think it's a new Tem? Or is it supposed to be like symbolic for distractions, maybe?
I like this. Normally I'm on here and I ask like these abstract questions and I want rhetorical answers, and Gaijin's like, no, it's this. Plus his dick, he's on my level. He's like, it could be symbolism for this and this. This is great. We're gonna have you on again. And the Pig-a-Pig plushie makes another appearance.
Don't do it, Plus. You'll never leave. They'll make you keep coming back.
Yeah. Once you've been on once. The second one.
Hush your mouth, Gaijin. You're happy here. You're happy here. You're happy here.
Again, I'll let you guys run with it. I got the second one pulled up here with the platypet. You really want to say what else is going on here in this?
I mean, that one clearly appears to be platypet and some type of nightmare fuel. That's all that I can describe that monstrosity as.
I'm looking at that and I'm gonna say nature digital. Cipanku.
You guys seen that before, though, right? That picture before with the face. It's not the first time you see it, right?
The ears look familiar. This looks like a Tem we've seen show up somewhere, but I can't remember where. But it looks,
the first time I've personally seen it, I think, or at least, I mean, I'm super forgetful, so I wouldn't really know anyway.
I got this browser pulled up. They have the chart. They have that art where it shows all of the types and the Temtems. Does this Temtem appear on that by chance? There's and during the Kickstarter, they released the art concept of all of the types.
Says it's a dev's avatar.
Exactly. So I don't think it's an actual Tem. I think it's like a joke Tem. Like it's a bunch of devs have it. I think even like the CEO on their Discord, they have that picture. So I've seen it before. It's like their profile pictures on Discord.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's a Temtem. It might just be like a joke Temtem, like a little Temtem of them if they were a Temtem. But I don't think it's real.
Okay.
Because that might take the K over Grumper here.
We're still going to need you to name it, Plus. So if you could come up with a name for it real quick, just off the top of your head. What do you got?
Let's see. What's a good name? I mean, it has some ears. They kind of look like bunny ears. So something like along the same lines as a bun. So maybe Bunyell. It looks like he's yelling. So Bunyell.
Bunyeller.
There we go. Bunyell it is.
Bunyell.
I look at this the second time closer. I see it. They wrote Alex and a little arrow pointing down to some object sitting there on the shelf. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like a fire turtle.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's Majora's Mask. That's the mask from Legend of Zelda. probably who it belongs to, I suppose.
Or is it a reference that they're that?
You guys think Alex is just a team member? Alex?
Yeah.
Probably Majora's Mask.
I think it's deliberate. I think they took the time to know that they're going to take a photo and have that name. I don't know what it's deliberately for, but I'm curious about it. I'm curious. You talked about hints for Sci-Park. Do you think there's any hints for upcoming features in it? I think that first one was a hint about the housing coming soon. I think all of this is housing hype. The fact that they said like IRL housing
has hints maybe for stuff inside of game, like that
weird
thing next to the weird thing next to Grumble on the next picture. Do you have it up on
screen?
Yeah,
I got pulled up right now. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, like that. When you look at how fine the line work was for the platyped on the last one, and I guess like the Grumble, it looks like they're drawing from memory for these things. So maybe that's a thing. I haven't seen that before. It would be really cool to see something like that in game. But it just kind of makes me laugh. The most left side part of this picture, for those who are listening, if we're looking at another blackboard, and it's got a bunch of scribbles on it. On the right side, there's like two creatures. Grumble's there, and he's got like the bruh meme right above him, and then there's like a little another Tim. There's a layout in the middle.
What's to the right of him? Can you guys read that? To the right of the bruh?
Tordete?
That's...
Tordete?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
That's
Someone Google, is it Spanish?
Well, Plus speaks it.
Yeah, I don't recognize Tordente. I would imagine maybe torture, like he feels like he's tortured. That's why he looks that way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That would make a lot of sense.
I didn't know that.
But on the most left side of this, somebody wrote.
Oh
that,
wait, I just googled it.
Yeah.
It says a Spanish word refers to young bull. What's a young bull? I don't even know. Maybe
horn. He has a I don't really think of him as a bull Temtem. But yeah, go on with the meme to poor Q Angel.
Oh yeah, on the left side it says Q Angle has small PP. I'm assuming that means PowerPoints.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I like the reference to PowerPoints in Pokemon, but the double entendre. We'll let the kids at home figure out what the joke is there. But Q Angel, they're doing you dirty like that.
No, not Q Angel, Q Angle.
Oh, is it misspelled?
Yeah, I don't know who Q Angle is.
Interesting.
Yeah,
they definitely meant him though, right? Q Angel. They did.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's meant to be Q Angel. But they're trying to be sneaky about it and pretending it's about somebody else. But we all know.
Yeah, that's funny. And then in the middle, we got some lines. I can read technology, and then I lose the words after that. What are you guys making out? And then there's arrows pointing to the right. Like what is going on in the middle of this board? I have no idea. So it says technology. It shows the digital tem, and then it says technology arrow, and Banco, and another arrow into some squares.
Does that say banks right above technology? It kind of looks like banks, right? Yeah. What if it's a layout of like how the in-game auction house is going to work, or something like that, like the in-game marketplace?
And what is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't quite read that next word, but that says what does it say in the middle? Turbo. To go? I don't know.
No, it says
to go.
Tubo. Yeah, you're right. Tubo. Tubo.
All right, I'm just gonna say this is the layout for a city on Cipanku.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Well, let's. I'll move us along here to the last one we got. I like this one. It shows two mountains and it says Yowler and a little arrow pointing in Keck. So I really enjoy that because that's a nice reference to that we still don't have Yowler, and hopefully we're getting it soon. And it says thanks for your support. It's got a Hocus, another Pigapec, a little kitty.
That's obviously Suki, because...
And right before, did you guys think that was the actual Tem? The Tem right next to Grumper in that last one? Do you guys think that's a real one? Because that one looks a bit more real than the Bunyo.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think it is.
Real one, right?
You think that's an upcoming Tem on the next island? I think so too.
Digital Tims can be so incredibly weird because they're designed.
And just the third evolution of Saku.
And just because this one, I went back to the Platypet and the as you called it, the Bunyeller. Just because they all use an avatar doesn't mean it might not also be a Temtem eventually. Who knows? Or some variation of it might be at least. Maybe the meme's based on a Temtem. So I think these could both be Tems.
That's our first look at a mythical Temtem.
Oh God, please no. Yeah, so that's that. Anything else from you guys before we move on to the next bit here?
No, let's do it.
Yeah, let's move on to the next bit there.
Yeah, so this is speaking of Yowler not having it. They wrote they did their own little meme. It said everyone hyped for the next patch to try housing. Me, meanwhile, and it's Wolverine sitting in bed staring lovingly at a picture, and then it's that wolf Temtem that we never got in Kiswa yet. So I also think Illuminati confirmed, tinfoil hats on. We're gonna get Yowler, we're gonna get the wolf Temtem, we're gonna get housing all in the next update. In the next 30 days. That's my I'm throwing it out there.
30 days.
Yeah.
Look at this ambition. I respect it. I got snaps for ambition.
Yeah, hopefully even sooner than 30. I mean, 30 definitely, I feel like they have to, because didn't they tell us they had 3 Kisiwa patches, right? So if all that comes out in the second, what the heck will be the third one?
Did they
so
say 3
I don't know
or 2? Did they say 3?
In the second.
I know they said 2 for sure.
It was the main Kiswa like update, and then 2 more patches on the cycle.
Well, I'm hoping for housing, Yowler, and Wolf the next patch. I'm telling you, they're teasing this all. They've been 2 weeks in a row. They've been ramping up the teasing, and like you said, I think it could be less than 30 days too. But I'm hedging my bet there by saying 30 days.
Yeah.
So, so that's a nice little. That is what it is. Quickly moving along here to just watching them on Reddit. What happened here? I got y'all's page pulled up here. Answered a few questions. Yaw's been consistently active on Reddit lately. He said, someone asked, now does Deceit Aura work? And they just had some questions, and they said, specifically they said, so is it the whole turn that is inverted, not only the priority of the moves? And Yaw answered, the turn is not really inverted, since not all things that happen during a turn are affected by Deceit Aura. Using items, running, swapping Tems, for example. Basically, ultra priority is swapped with very low priority, and the 4 regular priorities, low, normal, high, very high, which are multiplied with the 10 speed, are inverted. So, anyone out there wondering about Deceit Aura, that is what it is. A little more clarification from Yaw. You guys, I haven't used Deceit Aura at all. Have you guys used Deceit Aura at all in PvP? Either of you?
I just trained up my Nagais last week. I haven't started using it yet, but that's interesting. So very low priority is not affected by Deceit Aura.
I don't think.
Let's see.
No, he said it's swapped. Yeah, he said it's swapped with ultra high. Yeah, no, all the priorities are swapped around.
The easiest way to think about it is just literally you just flip it. So everything that would go first goes last, everything that would have gone last goes first, and everything in the middle you just flip it. So it's just kind of like you have a little spectrum, and then you just turn it up. Oh, I just hit the mic. You just turn it upside down. So it's not too difficult to understand. I played it a bunch. I have a Nagais. And it's funny, he's actually super meta right now. If you notice, like every tournament or recent tournaments, I think there's been one Nagais on every single team. Not on every single team, but mostly every single team. He's a highly played team right now, so he's really good.
I saw a really cheeky game when I was watching games earlier this week. I don't remember if it was in your tournament or if I was watching Club Wars, but a guy snuck through pick and ban. And a team that looked completely like a Nagai's team, and it's like, oh man, like this is about to tear up the field. And then it was a water custodian Nagai's, and it was just like bait ban, and it was still like a speed TV trained team, and I was like, oh, that's really cheeky there. I like it.
I suppose it's
I remember what you're talking about. It was Delmian.
Yeah,
triple fire. So it made sense on his team, right? He
won it did.
Because he had those triple fires.
It's a good bait ban, I suppose, throwing in a guys on your team. If you have 7 Tems, you don't do it the last slot. Just throwing in a guys to eat a ban. It's kind of like what you did with Volarin and Kinu and Giles. You could just, if you didn't know what you wanted, just throw one of those on your, like a pick or a Kinu on your team, and someone will ban it. He had another post here about 1 for 5, A for effort. I'll come back to that because somebody does our main topic. I'm going to use that post as a point of reference. And the other thing is just a little bit of work. He talked about how someone said PvP, pick, ban, rework, and bonus pan friends for the next week. He further confirmed that it was being skewed if you got blue or yellow, I think is what he was saying, and he confirmed. So we saw a tweet about that. So not the most interesting thing, but Itsuki also took to Reddit for the first time in a couple of weeks. I think she'd been on vacation. We talked about before. So I lost my train of thought here. So there's just a quick poach about someone who couldn't have the game to launch. So this is my weekly reminder that if you have bug problems and you're posting them on Reddit, or you have support problems or technical issues, go to the official forums and report bugs there. It's great to post it on Reddit, but if you want Krima specifically to see it and help you and look at it and database it, you have to go to playtemtem.com/forums and go to the bug reports section. And then the other thing was I liked this post. This was someone commented, "What do you love about Temtem?" So I was going to talk about this in my community highlights. I like this because we normally talk about how toxic Reddit can be most of the time. So it's nice to see a Reddit thread that was just about what do you love about Temtem, and Itsuki posted herself. Itsuki said, "I really like the design of some Tems and the combat animations, the sassy dialogues and sense of humor are really my type of writing as well," smiley face, which I feel like it's cheating for the community manager to answer what do you like about Temtem, but still nice to see her answer.
Amy.
Why is that cheating? I mean, Suki can have an opinion too.
No, you're right. It's just funny. So anyways, I just like that someone posted this thread in the first place about what do you like about Temtem, instead of it just being a Reddit thread saying this is everything that's wrong about Temtem. Someone trying to have a positive dialogue and conversation.
Yeah, we usually don't have that, right?
Exactly.
Nice to see it.
It's just funny. I'm just pausing because I was quickly skimming the comments, and of course, some people posted some things that they like. That's an MMO, and because it's a Reddit, of course, people in the comments still started arguing and fighting. But
naturally, yeah. There's going to be some negativity. I mean, I do agree it's MMO light currently, but it may get some more MMO aspects in the future.
Yeah. So moving right along here, that is all I had for the news. So here. I got a question for you, Plus. I sometimes I put guests on the spot, and I'm gonna play a sound clip that transitions to our next period, and it's a Temtem from the game. Okay, I want you to tell me what Temtem it is.
Okay.
This is by the way is an impossible question. It is a real Temtem, but I don't know how anyone would ever know this or associate this.
It's a Temtem. Is the old or from Kisuwa? Give me one hint.
Yeah. It's a original. Well, no, not from the original island, but it's pre-Kisuwa.
It's from Tukuma.
Yeah, we'll narrow it down to Tukuma for you even.
Okay.
Well, it's not technically on Tukuma. You have to catch it, then evolve it.
You narrowed down too much now.
Yeah, you've narrowed it down too much.
It's like so
boom, nailed it.
It's that's wit. That's mix. That's the sound mix.
Oh, what?
So we're going into our weekly mix, which is our Discord roundup. Kennedy, I'll let you take this because you just put these in right before, so I didn't get a lot of time to look at them.
Yeah. So just a few things. I didn't go through huge way back. Just picked out 2 posts that I felt were relevant. So let's see. The first one is y'all replying to somebody asking about end of season rewards. There was a bigger discussion on this on the Discord. Honestly, the comment was, season end rewards would go a long way to incentivize high TMR players continuing to play. Not sure if this was already confirmed as planned, and I understand not a priority until we get actual seasons. Y'all replied and said it said rank version 2 in the roadmap. We didn't really know what's involved in their plans or purviews of updating the rank system, so it's nice to know that end of season rewards is going to be a thing. So yeah, that's the first post, and then the second post is y'all coming around on UI updates to the backpack. Somebody linked a comment from the forums, from the suggestion part of the forums that y'all commented on, and the person said, I've been wanting something like this. Hopefully it gets added soon. And y'all put a projected date of hopefully in Cipanku Update 2. These UI updates will be added.
What that means. Okay.
Yeah, and so
I got the forum post pulled up right now here.
Yeah, what the suggestion was splitting medicine items and not gear, but I forgot what the other item type was from the usable item part of your bag, so that like all of those things aren't just cluttering up one area of your bag, and just adding more tabs to it.
Yeah. Plus, you got any feelings on rank remake version 2? Anything in the rank system that you really want to see?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that would really elevate like the quality of life / the the actual just comp scene / just the, I guess, how good rank could be would be probably like a history tab. Like version 2.0 had like a history, so you could see what temp-tems you had in that match, the picks and bans, like a little history tab there. And then maybe a little quick if there was an easy way to do it, like throughout the match notes, but maybe that's too difficult because things could go to turn 30. That might be a little too hectic. But some kind of like history tab, so you can see your win-loss ratio, stuff like that. I think those kind of stuff would be pretty neat to see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that a lot. And actually, that's actually perfect. I forgot that this was the question, so that transitions into our listener questions. So we'll move on to that with the sound. Wait, all right. Plus, this is an easy redemption for you. This sound clip here. What sound is it? This isn't a temp. It's just something that happens in game. Can you tell me what it is?
Oh, isn't that just queuing in?
Yeah, that's just like when you found the encounter sound. Yeah, the encounter sound when you find a temp in the grass.
See, that's how much.
That's when you find a tem.
Yeah,
that's how much PvP plus plays.
It doesn't even
encounters. Encounters are just PvP battles now.
Yeah.
It's the same noise though. I think
it is. Yeah.
When you go into a queue, when your queue pops.
Yeah, when you queue up, it sounds very similar. I think this one's higher pitch. Maybe it's a slightly different pitch.
It could be the same. You're very well right. You could be true about that. So, Jason wrote into us. Be cool. Be like Jason. Write us listener questions at temtalkshow@gmail.com.
We got a listener question.
We sure did.
Wait. Before you pitch this segment for everybody watching live, we have TemTalk commands. Hold on. If you write / TemTalk, I should know these. Let's see. There should be one that gives the email. Go ahead and read
exclamation point TT email, actually.
Yeah, there we go. TT email.
Yeah. So,
and it links the Gmail for more listener questions.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jason wrote in. This is at least Jason's second, if not third question from Jason. So thank you, Jason. We appreciate you being a loyal listener. Jason asked, and this kind of goes into one of our further segments, so we'll kind of combine these together. And I forewarned Plus, so hopefully you have something for this. But Jason just asked, put on your dreaming caps and tell us your most far-fetched, unlikely feature that you'd like to see in finished Temtem. And I took the liberty to bold most far-fetched unlikely because Kennedy's the fun police over there. And he comes after people for not suggesting practical suggestions. So
no, whoa! Practical suggestions. Kennedy's the person that wants one single Luma.
Yes.
What was that?
Give me my Luma equality.
What is that old joke? Did he say everyone
should have
one Luma? Was that what that is reference to?
No, the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard out of Kennedy's mouth is that they want to have. You choose the Luma that you want at that point in time, and that's the only Luma you can have in the game. That's it. You just you can switch it out, whichever Temtem you feel like at that moment.
In communist tamer equality utopia, Presby Kennedy running Krima, there is a spot. There will be a spot on your tamer card.
Can we mute Kennedy right now?
If you drag your Temtem into it, and whatever Tim is in that slot becomes a Luma for the duration it's there. And otherwise, there are no more Luma, so no other Lumas in the game.
You want to eliminate Luma hunting.
Everybody gets one.
You want no Luma hunting.
Presby communism.
It would take a whole piece out of the game, man.
If you know, I don't know if you know. Plus, Kennedy's not a big Luma hunter. He usually does about 10
No.
minutes a week, and then he rage quits it. He doesn't rage quit.
Yeah,
He just says
30 minutes in, he's like, I can't do it anymore, guys. I gotta call it quits. I might go back later.
I'm proud of you this week. You not only were you been Luma hunting, but you used the tracker and have proof of that. You're
Oh, I forgot to turn on the tracker for TemTalk.
Oh, yeah,
but all
missed
my
all his
encounters are on stream.
So, I'll let you guys go. I mean, who's ready to answer this first? What's your most far-fetched, unlikely feature in full launch Temtem that you'd like to see? And I got to think about it myself here, so I hope someone's ready because I need a moment.
Most far-fetched, unlikely feature that I want to see in Temtem, I would say just off of the back, I would like queuing in, like I would like to be able to queue up with random people into like automated tournaments location to control different locations. Like imagine like how I guess like the dojo are going to be a thing, but imagine if you could be like your own gym leader in a spot of just like you don't get to get past this spot unless you beat me, and you know if they're like, and there always has to be somebody there. So if you don't have a player, then you can queue, and there's like two people and you're in an encounter.
Let me tailgate off
that would be cool.
Because that's my idea.
A battle road for players.
I would like to see take the housing concept, turn it up to 100. Let us design not only like a big multiplayer clubhouse that's a shared property by club, but like our own. Let us design our own dojos in the game where we fully design out the inside of a dojo, and the players of the club can go sit in there. And like NPCs, we sit there as the trainer and the dojo leader, and then other players can come through and battle us and try to get through. And we're forced to use like, the same two types in all of ours and recreate our own dojos. So that's what I wanted. That's what I got.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Didn't they say something about that for when Club Wars in game come out?
Yeah, we don't know what that's gonna be. Yeah, we don't know what Dojo Wars are gonna be, but Dojo Wars is a feature coming, and so it's related to clubs, but we just don't know exactly what it looks like. And I doubt it'll be us physically designing dojos. But you are right; there'll be some kind of dojo battles. But I think they said that there's gonna be a PvP. I think they said a little bit about this. There's gonna be a dojo related to this on each island, and clubs can take over them, and then other clubs can try to come take them back over, one per island. I feel like I faintly remember reading that somewhere for Club Wars or Dojo Wars.
Yeah, I remember something about like you have to, protect your own dojo, kind of like what you were saying. But I don't know if they got into too many details about it.
But I just like ever since I played a Pokemon game, my fantasy of like my game fantasy is like to be a gym leader of like my favorite type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool. Or, the Elite Four or something like that, right? Multiple like in your club or just your friends, taking over a whole house or a whole tower.
Yeah,
that could be cool. If I had a far-fetched idea, I talked about this maybe last week just a tad bit. And so it kind of, is a bit polarizing. So let me know what you guys think.
We love polarizing. Let me get the graphic ready for this.
No, it's not too crazy. But I did mention it before. Something crazy that I don't think it would be too bad for Temtem. Let's see how we word it. So you guys know Pokemon Showdown, right? Like for Pokemon, it's just like you go online and you go straight into PvP. You guys know that?
No, I'm not familiar. You have to tell me more about it. For the
you guys know the Pokemon Sword and Shield, they have their PvP, but you gotta do a little bit stuff to get into the PvP, just like you do in Temtem. But Pokemon Showdown, you just kind of click and choose your Pokemon, just like you would on Temteam. You guys know Temteam, right?
Yeah, I was looking at chat. I do know Pokemon Showdown Plus. I wasn't ignoring you. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, no worries. So yeah, something very similar to Pokemon Showdown, but it would be in game, and you don't have it would be the barrier to entry into PvP. It would be reduced down to 0, but to not make completely breeders go out of a job or everything like that. There's no reward / incentive / anything gain from queuing into those, Pokemon Showdown. Pick and choose real quick. You don't get any TMR. You don't get any Pansons. You don't get anything. So there's no gain or anything. It's just for anyone
that's interested.
You gain the knowledge. You're right. You gain the entertainment factor, enjoying the PvP Temtem. But yeah, I thought it would be a cool way because like anyone, in Hearthstone, you don't have to like run around for many hours collecting things, and you just queue in the game, right? I know you get your cards and stuff, but the barrier to just play is way lower than it is in Temtem. I thought there's a lot of strategy people that would just want to play because Temtem is such a good game. It's such a good game to play. It's such a thought-inducing game, and I think a lot of people that play, things like TFT, the auto chess, the Hearthstones, the Magic games, they would enjoy it. So if they could just open the game and immediately play / fall in love with it, I feel like they would stay around and want to get those perfect SVs. So maybe it would encourage them or encourage more people to get into Temtem and actually have to buy real Temtems to gain like Pansons or TMR in the real queue. So it'd be like a fake queue, but you would just have to do it really easy, like picking the temps from Temp Team. But that's, like I said, it was far-fetched idea.
Yeah. I pulled up the polarizing graphic we have of angry to excited between the three of us. So Gaijin was shaking his head angrily during this already. Before I let you go, Gaijin, with this, I just gotta say that I like that plus because a couple weeks ago we talked about is the PvP entry rate too high, and a lot of players think it is. And then it takes too long to get an 8-man a TV trained team with egg moves. By the way, everyone, Kennedy, you are going to eventually do your 4-hour stream and show us how to TV train 8 Tems in 4 hours, right? Is that official?
Yes, I'm going to try my best to Ronin.
Look at that face Plus is making. Look at that face Plus is making.
In 4 hours.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous statement that Kennedy made and still sticks to thinking it's possible. So he's going to show us how to do it.
I've got all the Tims. The only problem right now is I only have 7 Tims to TV train because I have an 8th, but I'm already mostly done with it.
Did you see the eyes pop out of Plus's head when I said 8 Tems in 4 hours TV train? Kennedy? Yeah. That's how we all felt when you said that.
With fruits, you can do anything with fruits.
Gaijin, what do you think about...
I did say in that post, you fruit 2 of the Tems. Okay. You do fruit 2 of the Tems.
Wait a second. Oh, you're saying from the storyline fruits.
Yeah, from the money you get from the story and the storyline fruits, you get enough TVs to do 2 Tems right out of the gate.
Okay, so you're gonna TV train 6 Tems in your 4-hour stream then. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I mean I've got Pansons, so I'll do 8.
Okay. No, but we want to see you prove that you can do it. So I want to very specifically lay out the conditions. And you'll have 4 hours, 6 Tems, 0 to 1,000 TVs, 4 hours. You can do it.
Okay.
All right. We should bet Pansons.
You guys are about to see the most 500. The most 500 builds.
That's fine. I still don't think you can do it.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Do you want to put Pansons on this? Kennedy, you want to make a bet?
Do I want to make a bet?
Yeah.
Sure. How much?
10,000
Pansons.
10,000 Pansons?
Why are you always doubling the amount that I bet? 7,500.
Okay, 7,500.
That wasn't double. 15,000.
No, Vonlin, Kennedy didn't say how he's TV train him. You can always just take him to one of the shrines and then just go ham and leveling / just do the same exact TVs for every single thing.
No, there you go.
Yeah, speed. So the most valuable stats are speed, HP, and attack or special attack, and it's like those ones. It's defense. It's the defenses that are the hard ones. Like if you're getting special defense or physical defense, like that's what's going to mess up your world as far as your time takes. But Cipat, 3 SVs, and you can use proteins, and it's 6 SVs, 2 encounters, 12 SVs per encounter. All right. If you can do an encounter every 30 seconds,
I don't want to sidetrack us too much. I realize I brought us here, but you'll have your stream. We'll see what happens. We have our bet on the record. Guy, getting back to the topic at hand, Gaijin, did you have comments on Plus's idea, or just want to go straight into your own?
Oh, so I'm just supposed to go off other people's ideas, and I'm not allowed to have an imagination?
We'll see. It's up to
you. Let's see. The most absurd, ridiculous thing that I could think of.
Man. And by the way, I just said that because you look like you had a strong reaction to Plus's idea, so I thought I wanted to let you get your response, and that's why I led with that.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have at the time, but with all that was talked about just recently, I don't remember anything about what was previously talked about.
The idea was a Pokemon Showdown-like thing inside of
casual
Temtem.
mode. I didn't finish responding to that.
You could simulate the team you
that
wanted
reminded
just
me.
by clicking buttons.
Yeah.
Plus,
I
think that would be really awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I would take it a step further and add that, but then also add a random mode where it just selects random Temtems with completely random TVs and random movesets and random equip items.
I mean,
that would be a lot of fun.
So much of popular
just straight roulette Temtem.
So much of popular games right now is very digestible, easily accessible content. Like Plus, you were talking about the auto chess and the Hearthstone and all of that, and I think
Hearthstone.
It'd be something to have something like that. But Plus, are you a Hearthstone fan? I heard you were talking about Hearthstone. Did you?
Yeah, I played a little bit. I played more of the auto chess one, the Battlegrounds, the one that came out maybe a year ago now.
Mm-hmm. Sure. But all right,
but yeah,
guys.
it's just the barrier to entry is so low. You just log in, you play. I thought people would really fall in love with Temtem if they were just able to experience it really easily.
I think it'd be a good way to pull them in, right? Give them a little taste, let them play around with space.
Lull them in with a false sense of security, and then crush them with the max.
Look how easy this is. Now get out there and start breeding Temtem and TV training.
First team's free. Really, what they should have, just like with all the people who trade you Tims in the world, they should just be like, once you finish the storyline, like 3 people that's just like, thank you for doing so much for, spoilers, the Continental Congress or whatever. And it's like, here's a Temtem, here's a Temtem, here's a Temtem. And from each of them, they each have 3 Temtems, and you get to pick 1 from each. And then it comes already TV trained, already max level. And that would just do so much to give people like what they need to compete. And just do Volarin, Kinu, Gaialis. There you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say people complain about which 3 it is if there's not enough variety. Then if they do that, people will find a way to play about anything though. But Gaijin, we're still waiting for your big idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to come up with a big idea because whenever I think about Temtem, I don't like game breaking ideas. I like to keep things, not broken. So I don't know, and I have a super poor imagination. So like trying to think of things that are ridiculous and way out there are hard for me. Because aphantasia makes it like super difficult to actually visualize anything.
Yeah, we talked about that in the post show last week. Well, let me prompt you with this. I mean, knowing what you said that you like the balance stuff, but we know you're always arguing against anyone that wants to take grindiness away from the game. So there's something that you think a feature that could be something that they should leave in for grinding, or some process of grinding out for a certain Temtem or money or something in that vein of just of gritting your teeth and really sinking the time and being rewarded for it somehow. Maybe, I don't know. I'm spitballing as I'm talking as I think out loud here.
No, the only thing I can really think of is going back to like I don't know, side park rewards or something. Like even if you don't find a Luma, getting like rewarded for your encounters or something, no matter how small. Like spending time in side park, even if you don't get a Luma, you get something.
Yeah.
Like a little theme park. Like, here you go, you encountered 20,000 Temtem this week. You didn't get a Luma, but here, have this little trinket or something.
That's
oh my gosh.
That's the best suggestion we've ever had. Is they need to have a reward based on your number of encounters in side park. Something
I had 20,000 encounters this week, and all I got was this stupid pin, and that's what it says.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Or a shirt could be cool.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Show me the person who is doing 20,000 Temtem encounters.
People do it.
Have you met Shadows?
Yeah,
because Shadows gets like 50
with a lot of accounts.
Oh, really? Okay.
But they do it across a lot of accounts. But people still do it. There's multiple people that will do that.
Yeah. To be fair, Shadows has I think three accounts that he plays all the time.
Plus,
so
did you track 2i week? How many total accounts? I know you Luma hunted like crazy.
I thought Shadows was doing like 14,000 a week or something. But yeah, that's crazy.
No. Yeah, but he has 3 accounts, so you have to multiply all those encounters.
Yeah. Plus,
all that.
Do you know how many encounters you've done in a Sci Park week with the highest is, or do you not even track? I don't know if I can't remember.
Yeah, I do track. The most I've ever done. You know what? You asked about the 2Y. I actually can't remember how much we went on 2Y.
I think we
did
5 of them, didn't you, or something? Or 4 of them? 4
Just like 4,000 encounters, 1,000 per 2Y.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. We definitely put in some work. I know for a fact. I don't remember encounters. It was like 10-hour streams the whole week though, something like that.
Went hard
so we went in that week.
I did as well.
I want to say maybe Oshira Barnchy week. I tried to go even harder than that, or maybe we tied it. So maybe one of those 2 weeks was the craziest I ever went for Luma hunting.
Well, I did the last week was my hardest. I did 11 or 12,000 encounters the last week.
Didn't you get it though?
No, I didn't get Valash.
Gaijin got Valash.
Yeah, and I felt really bad about it, and it hurt, and it was not great. But I believe in the statistical balancing, and then and Gaijin got Valash, and then 2i week came out, and I got 2i very quickly. So I was like, all right, I had bad luck on Valash, I'll have good luck on 2i. And unfortunately, Gaijin, you got your Valash, and you only got 2i on a giveaway account. So I think you just pick and sometimes you get the rare temp, sometimes you don't. Yeah. So I didn't get Valash, I got 2i. Mm-hmm. I'll probably miss the next one.
Most of the time you don't.
Yeah.
Isn't it so weird that it like consistently works that way? Like some weeks you actually do have luck, and then you won't have luck the next week, and then it keeps flipping. You guys believe in anything like that, or is it strictly
hands down? I mean, for some people, like it feels like it definitely works that way, and then for other people like myself, it's just there's no luck. There's just no luck. But before I found Valash, I went like 5 weeks before finding a Luma, so
I was fairly certain I was cursed until yesterday. Yesterday, I've got 1,500 hours into the game, and I mean, I would like to say I encounter pretty hard when I sit and Luma hunt.
No, he doesn't.
And my second Luma that I ever got was yesterday, and it was a Haddadi that I just randomly got walking through a patch of grass.
But
So, Vonlin, you say I don't, but for the TemTalk tracker, when I am like here and I'm grinding, I sent you guys my statistics.
Yeah.
An hour, I can get one account up to 190.
That doesn't mean that every hour you hunted that. I will believe.
Not every hour I do that, but I've Luma hunted pretty hardcore for some weeks.
You show me the end of this week.
Pretty
what your tracker
hardcore, Kennedy says.
You
and I don't think
Kennedy spent. Yeah, send me a screenshot tracker of your tracker and have it show 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 encounters, and then we can say you did a decent week. Until I see that, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it, Kennedy. Not for a second. I don't believe that you've ever spent more than 2.5 hours tops in Sci Park in a single week.
This is why I think Lumas need to be eradicated from the game.
Here, let me put the graphic back up.
That's why I think Lumas need to be eradicated from the game, because we
could do one better, just eradicate you from the game.
Your Lumas are valid if you don't have X amount of hours for the grind on them. And it's just like
all right, I keep doing this to
I'm
myself.
with Tickles. Lumas aren't real.
So, Jason, thank you for writing into us. Be like Jason, temtalkshow@gmail.com. So someone in chat could do that TT email command one more time for the people in chat. That would be great. Let's move on. This will be an easy one. Plus, I got this is a softball for you. You'll get this sound clip right.
Yeah, you're healing up your Tems that got low in the world.
That means it's time for some community highlights. So I pulled out a couple things quickly to go through here, and quick is the key word. I want to leave us time for my main topic. So this is just some cool art that the TemTalk account actually tweeted or retweeted. It's a Ukama and some Umishis. And last week, someone was saying that we should cover more art, and I'm taking that to heart. So I'm trying to show off a couple different fan arts every week here. So the only thing about this, like a podcast, I just don't know what to do. Like, okay, here's the art. Okay, next topic. I don't know what
describe it.
You guys have anything to say about it? It's a cartoony Ukama.
Digital, or is it? Yeah, it has to be digital. But you guys see, it looks like watercolor, right? It's so nice.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder how they made it. That's a very good question.
Let's see, where is this at in the notes?
It's on stream right now. If you just look on stream, I got it pulled up.
Well, yeah, I wanted to look at it.
That does look like watercolor. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I wonder if
it's like.
I mean, I know they can do a lot of stuff like this with digital now too, though. But Holy cow. Oh, yeah, the watercolor tool, Dead Fox says, fantastic.
Yeah, it looks like that. And, you know, I see someone pointing out, I didn't realize you teeth like that. Does it actually have those little sharp teeth?
This person did say
different.
shared digitally due to the current situation, implying that maybe it wasn't a digital piece of art originally.
Oh, they probably scanned it then with a really nice scanner.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it could actually be a watercolor, which is pretty cool because you're right. Normally we see the digital fan art.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the next piece of fan art up is part 2. We did the part 1 of this last week, and I caught the part 2. It's a series called When You Are 4 Times Weak to Water. Last week it was Volcrane sitting out sadly looking at people on a nice boat. And I can't ever get this Gaijin. Rather than you correct me, what's this Temtem's name?
It's
Drakash.
Yes, Drakash.
Drakash. I was gonna say Drakash.
Yes. No.
It's Drakash like touching a pool and like I don't know trying to go for a swim and not having a good time of it. So,
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. And then, this is just a nice meme. Someone said I have a crazy theory. Crystal skates come back in the next patch, but they'll be a housing decoration only.
That's good. I did see that one too.
That
would be a good troll if they did it just like Crystal Skates, but you could only put it on a shelf or something.
right, exactly.
Pretty good.
If they do this, I hope it's like the most expensive cosmetic item for the house too. Like whatever the price is, if everything's 50,000, I hope this one's like 100,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the community highlights I pulled out for this week. With that said, Plus is another very easy one for you, another sound bit transition for you. Talking about what we've been up to this week.
Oh, you guys are capturing stuff.
That's right. That's us hard at work throughout the week. It
looks like it was successful because you caught it.
That's right. You know what's funny is when I was recording that sound clip, I definitely had to do it multiple times because it kept breaking out.
Yeah.
I forgot about. I had one more community highlight. I'm sorry, I skipped this one, and this was very relevant. Just last week we were talking about Legend of Korra. I think, and I don't know if it was during the show or during the post show, but someone said, "Is it just me or does she look like Korra from Legend of Korra?" And I had to agree. This 100% looks, well, not 100%, but it kind of looks like it could be a Legend of Korra inspiration. We've seen other anime characters appear as NPCs,
like Kakashi Hatsuki.
Do you guys think this is Legend? This is Korra?
Yeah, it for sure is.
I mean, the outfit, right? I think it has to be. The hair, is her hair
Did they have
dark?
any dialogue? I don't remember it.
There was some dialogue, yeah.
Yeah, they do. They're like lost in the tunnel, and it's like dark. I forgot like everything they said though.
Okay, so I guess back on. So what have we been up to this week? Plus, guess first. Kennedy kind of said you've been PvPing a little bit, but what have you been up to in TemTalk this week? What's your week been like?
Yeah, I mean, week in Temtem, huh? I mean, generally pretty similar to every week, I guess. We do a little auctions here and there. We got our weekly tournaments on Friday. And yeah, we were practicing a bit for Club Wars because that popped up. So shout out Tickles and them for setting that up. But yeah, we didn't do too good in Club Wars. I think this week is a bye week, so we're going to try to take it more serious in terms of like training and practicing with each other, because the biggest thing we have is not really the playmaking, is our communication, funny enough. So maybe we have too many people talking at the same time, or I don't know. We got to figure it out. It could be me. It could be maybe a leadership issue, something along those lines. But either way, we just got to improve. I mean, I think we improved from week 1. So, every single week, some of the clubs currently in there, they did it a whole season before. So they got a little bit more experience than we do. So
you got tough competition.
Just generally that.
Time to borrow CEO Tadaru's whip, their plus.
And not coming to shade.
Oh no! If any Transcend people like listen to this, I feel like they're going to be hiding from the club.
Gaijin Boo, what about yourself? How was that was weird. I normally just call you Gaijin. I threw myself off doing the Gaijin Boo there.
So you can just call me Boo, baby.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're my boo. You're my boo. What's your week been like in Temtem last week? Anything exciting or particular?
I mean, nothing too exciting for me. I've just been free temming for other people. I've been doing some free temming for Dumaga and looking to get some other people that need free tems caught. But yeah, that's basically what I'm up to now. Nothing.
How
Super
much have you
crazy,
made from
exciting.
the free Tem stuff?
Right now I'm working on paying Dumaga back. He bought my Acronox for fertility and then couldn't find a suitable mate, and I did not have the money anymore. So now I'm paying Dumaga back, but I'm getting like
Wait, what?
250
Didn't he buy?
per
I
tab
thought I'm confused. You said he bought it from you. Why are you paying him?
because he couldn't find a suitable mate, so he gave it back and with full
Oh, you
fertility.
spent the money. You spent the
Didn't use
money.
it.
The terms and
You
condition.
accepted a return?
No,
That's on
no.
you.
I told him.
On paper.
Nah, I told them, I'm like, well, if you're not going to use the FERT, then I want to give you back the money. I just don't have it right now. So I was like, tell you what, I'll free Tem for you.
Yeah, that's kind of crappy though. I mean, usually you sell something and talking about Pansons, you never really expect to have to refund something like that. So, I mean, that's kind of crappy, but I guess
I'm sure Dumago wouldn't have cared either way. Dumaga's got enough money, but it's just the type of guy I am. So I was like, I'll just give it back.
Yeah, Mr. Dumaga is one of the Mr. Moneybags of Temtem.
yeah.
He has funded 2 weeks of my playtime before in game, buying Lumafert from me and buying some other things. So
yeah, just in net worth alone, if we compile has perfect Lumas too, I think he might be up there top 5 richest tamers in Temtem, something like that.
For sure.
Anytime I have an opportunity to just play and hang out with Dumaga, I'm just I wonder if I'm gonna walk away with 30k more Pansons from this.
Top 5 richest tamers that have not been banned.
Shadows has quite a bit of money too, don't they?
Who's that?
Shadows.
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
After selling that perfect Luma Rolder, yeah.
Well, I think it was Shadows in chat talking about the method of their badness, how they buy up a bunch of Lumas.
Well, yeah. So Shadows used to play the market a lot, but then it everything tanked. And he spent all his money on Lumas, waiting for it to resurge, and now now they got money again because now is the time.
Kennedy, what about yourself? I know you said you're doing work on your D&D YouTube channel. So anything in Temtem for you? I guess you have some
this week was a less I didn't play as much Temtem this week as I normally play because I've been trying to focus on some of my creative hobbies. And so I started out the week super strong. I free Tem 200 Tems in the first 2 days of free Tem. And then I just didn't do anything with free Tem until later in the week. And so while I was finishing up or turning in what I did for free Tem, I caught a Luma Haddadi, which was really cool, even though it's a garbage Tem without hypoxia.
Hey, so
and then from there, say that again.
I said a Luma's a Luma.
Yeah, Luma's a Luma. It's still gold. And I'll still evolve it and add it to my, Luma account for my account.
I know
or for my tamer card.
You have one of Willow's Tem. Is she playing more? Has she caught a second Tem, or she only caught the one Tem too?
She only caught that one. She started playing more to tackle the Kislewa story, but it was so hard out of the gate that she went back and started leveling things up. I don't know where she's at in that process though. But for me, I was actually I took a step back from the Temtem community this weekend, and they didn't have anybody to stream Club Wars. So while I was prepping for D&D, I took a step back from the Temtem community this week, and then I've still had streams on in the background. I saw Plus didn't have a caster for his weekly tournament, and I jumped in on Friday and cast with the weekly for Plus. And then I was watching Adhikar in the background Saturday, and they didn't have another caster for any of the other Club Wars stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll just prep on this screen and I'll cast Club Wars. And I actually got so into the matches, and I ended up casting I think I ended up casting a bajillion games. I was talking nonstop for 3.5 hours straight, and then I went and DM'd for 3.5 hours straight. And so Saturday night, my voice was just gone. I was dead. And Sunday, it's pleasant, chilling out. all in all, it was a pretty nice week. I wish I would have took an opportunity to play some PvP. I haven't played a PvP match in like a week and a half, and I don't know, I'm kind of missing it. But also, it takes like a lot of mental energy for me to sit down and do it, and I've been putting so much mental energy in like my creative stuff that I just haven't felt like I haven't felt the ability, I guess, to exhaust like that energy. Like I want to play, but also it's like I don't want to sit and put that much thought power to a game. Yeah. So maybe this week I'll jump back into PvP.
Well, I had a nice productive week. I pulled it up on stream and put it over my camera. So I finally evolved all of my Lumas. So I have a fully evolved Luma squad. So I TV trained all Lumas all week and evolved and trained them at the shrine. They're not all.
Oh wow! So 2i doesn't have any evolutions.
Okay, well I'm not gonna evolve him
I'm kidding.
Yet.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, no. So I evolved my mix, my Saku, my Cerneef, my Grandpa, so I can finally flex with that full Luma squad of full.
That Luma mix looks nice.
Yeah, it actually, and I like it. Even though my outfit's pink colored, it's got the mix has just a little bit of red and pink in it, so like I can have it out as my first slot Tem too, to hang out with me, and the goggle color kind of matches. So no, I definitely dig it. So that was my week.
Is it a OT tag or did you buy it?
No. These are all Lumas I've caught on this account.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So that's gonna be a perfect mix someday.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this one I caught on Vonlin even. Yeah.
Oh, the 3
does it have size search?
3-speed. Yeah, someday, like 20 years from now.
Yeah, it's got the 3 speed. It's not great. And I got the Saku is my main. The Cerneef is my main. Yeah, all these I caught on my main. Grandpa I caught on my alt. But yeah, these are, and Calibus I caught on my alt as well. So this Calibus I can make a perfect Tem soon, eventually.
And Valen, why did you TV train? Are you thinking of doing a full Luma squad in rank?
I'm not whatsoever. I just felt like I want to play PvE content with them, and like the min-maxer in me just wanted to level them up and just didn't want them to have random TVs. So I didn't pick like PvP spreads. I just did 500 HP on all of them, and then I picked an important stat for the other ones like attack, special attack, and so forth. So I just want them to be TV trained, so they're like very usable in the story and stuff. And well, I'm thinking long term. End game, we know there's gonna be some end island and end game content and dailies and weeklies. So it'd be fun to do whatever that content is with Lumas. So I'm just thinking long term.
Or just playing the remainder of the story with all those beautiful Lumas. So yeah,
exactly. So that was my week, and I'm looking forward to a lot of Cipanku Luma hunting this week. I mean, I'm gonna go pretty hard on it. Do you guys have plans to chase these Kisoa Lumas?
Yes, I mean after I do free temming, of course, but yeah. I mean, Goaty is so freaking cute.
Yeah, Drakash too, though. They that's what they did. They picked like the 2 best ones so far, at least 2 best ones in my opinion so far. To start off the Kisiwa Cypark week, so I think this is pretty good. I feel like everyone needs both of them. At least that's how everyone's feeling, or most people should be feeling.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I've heard most people when I hear about what Kisiwa Lumas they want, it's usually these two and Rolder, of course, but they weren't going to do a 5%er right away. So I think you're right. They picked some popular ones to go out of the gates with.
I didn't think it was going to be 3x rates for Kisiwa Lumas, but that was a nice surprise. 3x is a bit, but I guess it's reasonable. They're trying to create the hype again for Cypark.
With 100% spawn, it's super nice to see.
Yeah.
So let's move right into the community events and tournaments from this last week. Plus, we have your own tournament listed here as one thing, and then the club word. So, Kennedy, you want to give us a brief summary of what happened in this area?
Yeah, so we have a Club Wars competitor right here with us.
Oh, that's right.
Too. So Club Wars is going on for anybody in the Tem scene. It is the big competitive event that happens. It is multiple weeks of competition that culminates in a big final tournament. Between these clubs, each club submits a roster of 15 people to face off against another club of 15 people. And then from that roster, 5 people are chosen each week to go head-to-head. Last tamer standing amongst the 10 battling tamers wins that week's matchup. So this week we had Enigma versus Paradox Engine. Enigma won. Five player knockouts to our 5-tamer knockouts.
Wait a minute, Paradox won that. Remember the Alto reverse sweep? That was epic.
Oh, snap! You're right. I got this off of the Discord.
Are you misreporting bad info?
No, the Discord has it as Paradox.
I just remember it was so epic.
Enigma
with the reverse sweep, it was 4-1 at one point, going Enigma at game point. They needed to win one more match. I think the next 4. It was insane.
Okay, so I got comeback. Thank you, Plus, for keeping us honest, because this is on my channel actually too.
How many other weeks have we misreported tournament results?
No,
now
this
I'm questioning everything. Plus,
let me explain 100% how this happened. I was actually streaming this match, and the match was Paradox Engine versus Enigma. I had all of the Enigma players on my friends list, so I did it as Enigma versus Paradox for the stream, and I reversed the scores because I didn't want to type in all of the Paradox people, so I spectated from the Enigma side. So I went and got the score, which is Paradox wins versus Enigma 5-4. And then the notes I have it as Enigma versus PDX, but I put 5-4. But yeah, 4-5. Enigma had a fantastic showing starting, but yeah, Alto with the reverse sweep was a freaking beast for that. If you want to watch that video, I actually live streamed it, so you can go to my Twitch channel. If you just look through my username, and you can watch the whole match. There was Yup, which is Karth's Guild, versus Transcend, and it was 5-tamer knockouts for Yup to 1-tamer knockout for Transcend. Mr. PlusOP himself, one of the people who competed for Transcend and got the knockout. I live streamed that game too, I live streamed that match, so it's on my Twitch channel if you want to watch the VOD. Did you want to say anything on that, Plus, before I move on?
Yeah, I think you get it. I want to say maybe we could have squeezed out a couple more wins if we had maybe 10 seconds more on the timer.
Yeah, I remember that one play. One of your players came into my chat and was just like, "Yeah, I ran out of time." And I was like, "Okay." I was really wondering what your thought process was.
If you guys saw the raid boss Valash, I believe it was a 5 defense, 5 special defense, plus 4 special attack. And we let it die super nilly-willy because we were gonna swap. If you guys saw the game, let us know if you know what we're talking about. It was, we knew Hyperkinetic Strike was coming into the Valash to kill it, so we were gonna swap in the pig to proc the Fainted Curse and kill the Grandpa, and there would be no more Hypnosis users. So that raid boss Valash, if we put it in the back, it was going to take over. There was nothing killing it. Scavenger proc was going to go over and over. And I think we would have won that one, pretty sure. But the timer hit and we didn't get to swap. So Valash died.
Yeah, Valash ate 2 hyperkinetics. I was just like, oof, big oof. All right, so the next match, I actually haven't watched this one yet. It was Ronin versus Exotic French. And this is another one I typed in. So let me make sure I have the layout right for it for the score. And Ronin won 5-tamer knockouts to 3 for Exotic French, which is I guess that's something I was really interested in going back to watch. I started out watching it, but when Adhikar said nobody was streaming the other one, I jumped on and started streaming instead of spectating. But Exotic French had such a strong showing week 1. And them not picking up their game week 2. I don't think that there is a undefeated club currently now. I think everybody has 1 loss, or maybe Ronin. Yeah, everybody has 1 loss with this week, so it's really, really cool going forward, because everybody is going to be on essentially even footing of all of these clubs are having good competition against each other. So
this next tournament that we have to cover, the PlusOP weekly, we have Plus himself. So maybe we talk about this every week, but Plus, I don't know if you want to say any words yourself here, just about the talk about the tournament, and not even that's this week, just the tournament you run every Friday. Tell people a little bit more about it in case, again, someone on YouTube or on the podcast apps listening to that doesn't know about it on Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely. For those that don't know and are interested in PvP/competitive Temtem, we do a tournament every single Friday, hence the weekly tournament. But yeah, this week was weekly 25, so 25 weeks doing the weekly stuff here for comp. But yeah, this week in particular was pretty tight. It was really cool. It was really different teams, completely different from the previous weeks, finding themselves in the final. So it was pretty epic. If you guys know Buff Duck, he's a big fan of running Golder, and most of you guys would think Golder, like what is he doing in the finals, right? But man, Buff Duck using the Golder so well, and is actually he's kind of like the secret sauce to Temtem comp right now. He counters, we were talking about Nagais. He's a really good answer to Nagais because he's slower, even than a 1SV Nagais, which is used in competitive play. He's even slower than that. So, AKA, he goes first.
Ooh, I like that.
And, he has a good old toxic ink and Nagais is water.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's actually a really good Tem. And Tsubaki-chan reached the #1 TMR leaderboard with Golder as well. So I think Golder is maybe meta now.
I like that.
It's so weird to say. Golder is actually a really good Tem currently. But Buff Duck also had things like Babawa on his team, which we don't see too often. And it actually just wasn't Buff Duck too. Turbino coming out with a very different team too. I believe he had like triple waters on his team. It was a Platamus, a Yukama, and man, Kennedy, do you remember what Turby had? It was very unique, though, I will say.
Well, I'm pretty happy to hear these unique teams, anti-meta, non-standard meta-type teams placing and doing so well. I mean, it just makes me so happy for the competitive scene to see something like that, like Golder, like you said, going all the way to the finals.
Hold on. I think we're still working on settling on a new meta. I don't think a new meta has been set yet. So, I mean, I wouldn't say they're non-meta. We don't know exactly 100% what the meta is.
There's like a weekly meta. There's like a week 1 meta, week 2 meta, week 3 meta. But yeah, I guess not a super solidified because the meta is kind of changing every single week, every other week almost.
I think people are trying to figure. I think people are still trying to figure out everything out with, what is the current best situation to go with. Because, we had a pretty hard set meta for a while with the win meta, and then we had the hypno meta, and, I mean, obviously those change over time, but still they were set in stone for a while.
Fantastic Four was always good through all of that.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic 5.
I'll refine my statement for you guys and always call me out the correction. I'm happy that the meta hasn't been settled then. Even so, just to see it change and be unsettled is a good sign and nice to know for the competitive scene.
I saw a big return of Size Munch this week. Like so many teams for a Club Wars, somebody was running a Size Munch. And that made me really, really happy that hasn't fallen out yet. A lot of people brought so many answers to Size Munch, Move Link, and Scunch on their teams that people just kind of stopped running that triple combo of teams. So just seeing Size Munch come back. And then I also saw a player using a Move Link too. It made me happy because it's like they're still ridiculously strong Tems. So
yeah. And Size Munch he's gotten a little different too. So in the beginning, everyone was just HP attack, but now if you guys notice, he's kind of a tanky boy. A lot of people going really, really high special defense and kind of going somewhere in the half or even lower than half TVs for attack. Just leave it a little bit enough for when you get the heat up, you're still doing a lot of damage. But they're not really going all the way up on attack anymore. They're really just going up really, really heavily invested on special defense. So that's kind of been like the new wave for Size Munch recently. It's kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Kennedy, how excited are you to have someone on the show that will talk about PvP with you?
Well, I mean, it makes me happy because it's like we can actually have a discussion about the tournament area, and then I can kind of pay attention to chat too, not feel like I gotta say a bunch of stuff. So.
Usually I hear and I sit and I listen. I go, okay, that was interesting. I don't know what to tell you, but okay.
And
it's like I've read the last couple. Oh, speaking of which, real quick, before we let this discussion go on, somebody corrected me in chat, Tickles, and said that Ronin, they've lost players inside of Club Wars, but they haven't lost a matchup. So they've never had all of their tamers knocked out. So I just wanted to make sure that went on record as a proper correction.
Ronin's super good. But Kenny, I just want to know, you're one of the few people I know as passionate or even more passionate about PvP Temtem than myself. So I really respect that about you, Kenny. You absolutely, like, I could genuinely tell. No, I could tell that you genuinely enjoyed watching Temtem. Just watching competitive Temtem and just talking about it in general, because you were one of the few people I know that are that enthusiastic about it. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see.
Yeah, and I mean, like, back at you too, because it's like it's one thing to watch it, but from a content creator side, it takes a lot of effort to do what you do every single week. Plus, like, putting on sometimes 2 weeks of 2 days of tournaments. But every single week,
your schedule's
one day of tournament.
You have a grueling.
Yeah, like I got a lot of respect back at you too.
I have said it again and again and again. PlusOP has got to be one of the people who has done the absolute most for this community. I mean, even when it was what we'd have like what plus like 50 max viewers before Kisiwa just after the 2i. I mean, like total in all of Temtem. But you still kept going with your tournaments and your auctions. I mean, you just do so much.
I feel it's a little unfair because it's all I do, right? Because I don't work or anything. This is literally all I do, so I could devote a lot of time, aka all my time, to this. So I feel like I'm not cheating, but it's it
helps.
I get a little edge to do all this stuff because it's all I do.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, being able to to do it as a full-time thing, and just providing for people because it's what you do. But yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of work, man. It's still a lot of work.
On the on the competitive discussion plus, like I don't even want to count the number of hours I've spent on Pokemon Showdown like in the past. And just coming up with really cool teams for like Pokemon was like something that I wouldn't say I almost failed college from it, but college is difficult because I didn't.
There's definitely some video games that jeopardized my performance in college classes at times, or brought them into question. So I feel you.
And I feel like Krim has found a really, really good balance for Temtem of just like, it's so like the strategies that you come up with, taking RNG out of the process, and it's just like, here's all of your cool creatures, compose them in a way that is unique to you, and then take your ideas against someone else's ideas and see where you land. And that's one of the reasons why it's so hard for me to play PvP like consistently, because I really enjoy it, but every game to me feels like a massive chess match where you're actively trying to predict and maneuver.
I get so mentally exhausted. It's such a chess match that I can do like 1 or 2 matches and like I gotta take a break. Like it's just it weighs me down a little bit, and not in a bad way. Just that it's very mentally stimulating and challenging. But
Matt Gia inside a chat, I'm almost failing college now because of Tim playing the game.
But no, plus you said about how Kennedy's genuinely so enthusiastic. Kennedy brings a lot to the show, a lot to TemTalk, but 2 of the biggest things he brings is just pure, unadulterated, unrestrained enthusiasm for Temtem, and he's our PvP guy. He gives us all the PvP coverage and expertise. So, with that said, let's move on to our main topic of the week and jump right into it.
Main topic with like 2 minutes left in the show.
We're already 20. We're way over again. It's supposed to be an hour and a half. We're at 2 hours already. So I wanted to take a look at this Reddit post. Just gave me the idea for it. So it's not gonna be a very long topic, but I just wanted to do it for it. So it's Cipanku predictions. So this goes back to this Reddit post that Ya commented on. Someone made a post that said, "Here are my Cipanku predictions," and they listed 5 of them. So as I go through these, I want you guys to think about these because I'm gonna just I'm gonna throw it out to see your own version of what the shrine might be, what some digital tem might be, where the might story go. I want to get your guys' own speculation, okay? But I'll run through this post first. So the person said the shrine will be an electric shrine and the evolution will be called 2-volt. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was great. I could see that happening.
Yeah, we don't need an electric wind, Tim. We already got a good one.
Yeah. They said we'll be getting another snake/sea snake like Temtem, which can't be evolved, akin to Nesla, Shuine, and Zyzer. So I like the idea of that too. Each island has one snake, one stage only type of Temtem themed for its island. I thought that was pretty cool. They said Silicon will play a role for digital Tem, whether it's to create them or just for a quest. Cipanku will introduce a Temtem with a higher base speed stat than anything else currently in the game. And that Clan Belsoto will have infiltrated some Cipanki cities in a stealthy manner rather than going on a full war like in Kislev. So I thought these were all really good and well-founded and thoughtful. But then Ya came in and said 1 out of 5, A for effort. So my first question, which one do you think this person got right? Who knows if Ya's trolling or telling the truth, but let's assume he's telling the truth. Which one of these 5 do you think is correct?
I'm going to think it's the infiltration. I can't see Silicon playing a role in creating digital Tems. I mean, there hasn't been a single way to get Silicon other than finding it, going through the story. I know there's a lot of people that have been collecting it and buying it from other people because they suspect that it might have some type of, role. But I can't see it. Not unless they also have some type of way to, get it.
I think it's the least plausible. I think it's the least plausible of these 5.
It's super, super unplausible. Like, I know that they created digital Temtem, but like having to build a digital Temtem every single time you want one. I mean, get out of here.
Yeah. Like for me, wait, didn't they... I don't know if I dreamed this or not, but isn't there something in the story where people have been taking Tims out of labs and releasing them in Cipanku? Or was that just a fever dream I had? I remember that being
something like that was discussed towards the end with oh god, Carlos.
Yeah. So I feel like we can run into digital Tims in the wild as there's probably been a breakout in the lab just around or something.
Well, so so you guys are putting that one down, but I still don't know. What do you Gaijin, do you think it'll be more stealthy?
Infiltration.
It won't escalate anymore. I think it's kind of hard to escalate the war front more than they already had it, right? And Kislev was so blown out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because I think trying to do something like that in Cipanku wouldn't really work because it seems to be more of a civilization than Kislev.
Tribal lands. Yeah.
It's they would have more to defend themselves, I think. And because they're all about technology and they're very advanced and all this. So I mean, I think that they would have to take a different approach. And honestly, with it makes sense with bigger companies and where money is and all this. There's some type of corruption possibly, and being able to work yourself in and control it from the inside makes a lot more sense than
there's monks
one time trying to force it.
The island's known for monks too, right? Isn't that part of the lore of the island? It's all the technology in the labs and then monks. And I think
who reads
monks?
Lore?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go
for monks, really.
Yeah, hold on. Well, while I look this
up,
what do you think?
I think the one out of here is going to be the snake Temtem. I think that's the one that got properly revealed because electric wind evolution. They already added Tukai to the game, which is worse Whiplump. I would hate for them to add worse Kazuma to the game with a 2Y that's on electric wind. I don't feel like that's a good move.
It's such a classic though, right? To have that Zapdos in a Temtem. Maybe they don't want to go, exactly copying, what Pokemon laid down. But I don't know, an electric, not mythical Tem, but an electric Eevee evolution. I think that would be cool. And I say Eevee, but of course 2Y. I feel like that's the one I would pick. I want it maybe because I just want to see it. I think that'd be so cool to have an electric one. I believe there's two left, right?
Yeah, I think there's discussion in game that there is a fire shrine.
Yeah.
In game, so I think there's like heavy leaning that we're going to get a fire evolution one.
100%. Yeah.
Let's see, how many slots do we have? So Turok is 134 and Kinu is 137. So 135.
There's 5 total.
136. Yeah. And then 132. So we have space for 3 more 2i evolutions, and I'm pretty sure fire is going to be one of them.
Yeah, so I think 100%.
We could get an electric one, I suppose, but I just don't feel like we need an electric one.
I think that they'll do digital because digital is their new typing for TemTalk.
Yeah.
Now, a digital win would be ridiculously cool.
By the way, so I looked it up with 2 things. One from the wiki. This is cool because this is concept art from the Kickstarter. But this is what Cipanku, the island, this was the concept art for it. So just as a reminder of what we might be looking forward to expect.
Don't have a shortage of crystal, and I'm sure we're going to need our damn skates, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we definitely get our skates in this island for sure.
Well, look, there's like a little sub-island
I'm not seeing what we're looking at. Where's the art at?
Why aren't you on Emporium GG's channel to see what's on screen?
I am. Maybe I'm lagging. Hold on, let me refresh my stream.
You can see this. They got the big city, and they got some.
Okay, I see it now. Yeah,
some farmlands. So just a little to put this on everyone's mind here as we're thinking about this. Do you think are these other islands in the? I don't know. Well, this is all just concept art, so let's not read into it too much.
Well, those are rock hopping into. It still looks like a part of it. Those both look like a part of it. The same coloring, the same everything.
Yeah. So there could be a separate, smaller island as well, or maybe this is where the monks are or something. So to confirm, to go back, it says, Cipanku dabbles in mythicism and technology. The labs of Nanto produce digital temtem, while the monks in remote hills among the rice paddies revere electric temtem. While the Cipanku are less literal in their religious practice, they still respect the old traditions. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
You know, funny enough, I'm pretty good on the lore. This is the first time I'm catching on to the monks thing. Maybe I didn't pay attention to the dialogue or read the wikis, but this is the first time I'm running into the monks stuff.
You need to go to youtube.com/C/TemTalk and listen to all of our episodes because we cover all this in detail. So yeah, there's an episode that we jumped into the lore and we talked about all this. That's the only reason I knew that myself.
I think Huron Crane was on for that episode, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was the Huron
Way back when.
Episode. So speaking of more lore, sorry, go ahead, Plus. Were you say something?
No, I was just mentioning that.
Yeah. So
just bring us, please give us warrior monk clothing. Please make us look like BA monks.
I feel like you can already get that from Kitsua, though.
No, that's not monk clothing.
Look
at like a warrior.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, look at the dojo leader from Vambi, I think that's the name of the town.
Yeah, I mean, he's arguably really one of the most badass there is, but at the same time, it's not warrior monk.
So this is some more lore from Cipanku while we're talking about. This is from their Kickstarter update here on the wiki. They have a quote from it. It says, "No place has grown faster than Cipanku in the last few years. Changes have been more sudden and spectacular here than elsewhere. Once a very traditional culture with a tendency for quiet perfectionism and spiritual contemplation, the Cipankai have adapted to the times and in fact have brought about many of those changes themselves. While northern Cipanku still holds its allure as a land of hilltop temples and tranquil rice fields, Nanto has turned into a burgeoning metropolis driven by the innovations of their labs. While Cipanku was once more closely associated with the electric temtem venerated by the monks, nowadays its renown comes from their invention of digital temtem. These new creatures are making the impossible seem feasible and have sparked a wave of inventions that might revolutionize not just temtem fighting but also make airships obsolete. Our Archipelago, God, I can't even. I'm struggling. Is at the threshold of a new era, and the inventive Cipankai are at the heart of it. So there's a lot to possibly look forward to here.
Yeah, they're like the innovators out of the. I think it's Archipelago, right? Archipelago?
Yes, that is the right word. Yes, thank you.
I think, yeah, it sounds like the innovators, aka the people that may have brought the digital Temtems into existence.
And Tem cards
Is
too,
that
I
what
believe.
it sounds like to
Yes,
you guys
they
too?
no, they invited digital Temtems. They invented Tem cards, I believe, somewhere in the
Okay. Oh
lore as
yeah.
well.
Okay.
I'm curious by this little hint where it said may make airships obsolete. Some kind of teleportation.
Well, because of teleportation, it's been discussed. It's in the list of things to come. So
really?
instead of running across a whole island and then airshipping and then running across a whole island and
Interesting.
Oh, so teleporting instead of like our old school fly? Is that how we're not going to get fly? We're just going to get teleporting?
On a
Is that what we're
Tem?
thinking?
That'd be cool.
Well, just MMO fast travel.
No, I like that. I like that specific idea, though. That it'd be a move on a Temtem that you cast.
Like, you can still use flying mounts or whatever. I mean, hopefully there'll be flying mounts. I don't really know. But either way, but you'll still be able to use your mounts or run around or whatever. Just the options there to not fly.
Now, like, just in world though, this is so cool to me because right now, with the storyline, spoilers again, Team Bel Soto has a massive, huge, like, floating fortress that they're moving island to island.
Yes,
and
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you did. Yeah.
But imagine just how scary that is of an enemy, of just like a fortress that can be anywhere and the ability to teleport, people on or off of it. Like, that's like some next level terrifying warfare.
Going back to my speculation, I think that's what we're going to see from Clan Bel Soto's. We're going to see the fortress because they alluded to it right at the end of the story. So I think that's definitely going to be coming and playing to the story, that we're going to have to go on to the flying fortress, or they're going to attack from it or do something from it. I think that's my speculation story-wise.
Let's go Narwhal! Yeah. Ram straight into the fortress. It'd be so cool.
But the second point about the snake Tems, they really do have like a snake final form on each island. So you think there'll be a pattern that they carry through every island? Have a one stage, no evolution snake-like Temtem for every island. They've been on pace for it so far.
I mean,
they one for the second island.
It's. Oh, you're right. They did miss one, didn't they?
There isn't one on the second island.
Yeah, on Amnesia, it doesn't have one. You're
Amnesia.
Right. Because it's Nesla, Shuine, and Zyzer. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so they might not have one for every island, but they could still have more of them. Yeah, that's a good point.
They could have it. I mean, it's an electric one. Nesla was one, so something similar, or a Nesla evolution.
Nesla evolution.
He needs to evolve.
Surprised. It's basically just Nidrasil, but water and electric.
So yeah, I knew you guys got another speculation about Cipanku, what we may or may not see.
Cosplayers and conventions. They introduced a comic book in game that you have to run around and get like people, or you have to get the comic book for a character.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then they said you're gonna go get it signed. I would love to just walk into a comic book store and there's just people dressed up there and I don't know, fans of it over like fanned out over the comic. In game. Okay. Yeah, TimCon, let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
man, how cool? Okay. So I take this back. I take back. The viewer question this week was, think of like one feature you want added to the game. How cool would it be if there were like scheduled festivals in game on like a weekly basis of just like on every Thursday in Cipanku, it's TimCon.
Like, monthly, please, at the very least, monthly. We already have so much to do in a week.
Well, yeah,
crying out loud.
Monthly though, or whatever.
Monthly during an SV week only.
There we go.
I don't know if this means anything, but tinfoil hat, Nestle and Shuine are right next to each other in Tempedia, 122 to 123. So
it doesn't mean anything. It's just coincidence.
Come on, we don't know that. 121 is blank, so it could be another little
yeah, I can see it.
But there is a 124 already confirmed, so it doesn't look like Nestle is going to be able to evolve.
Oh, wait.
There's nowhere near it, so it doesn't your tinfoil hat theories are already debunked because there's nowhere near it.
See, this is what I deal with PlusOP. I try to have these abstract rhetoric discussions and questions on a podcast, and Gaijin's always just about shutting them down.
Shutting them down.
PlusOP is a dreamer like me.
You know, I never thought of Zizar as one of them. Like, I always thought Nezla Shween, they kind of look similar. I never thought Zizar was included in those snake-like ones.
There you go,
so
guys.
I don't know if we're going to get...
I think that has something to do with it not being water, though, because both Nezla and Shween are both water.
So maybe we'll get a water digital snake then.
With
Wikipedia.
With Zizar Plus, it's by the world standards supposed to be incredibly rare. Just like it releases for a bajillion Pansuns. Like it releases for like twice as much Pansuns as any other gem.
Catch rates. Fairly rare.
Yeah.
Zizar might be a little easier.
10%? Is it 10%?
It's a 20 and a 15.
Oh, okay.
But all right. Well, let's wind down and go to turn 30. And that's that segment where we talk about something outside of the world of Temtem for a couple of minutes. So, Plus, I gave you a chance before the show if you came up with anything to take the segment.
Yeah.
Were you able to think of something?
Still keeping it within the realm of gaming, since that's kind of what we're doing these days usually. Have you guys heard of Genshin? Is it Genshin?
Genshin Impact.
Yeah, Gaijin, you excited? It's a free to play anime style MMO that looks really similar to like Breath of the Wild, if you guys played the Switch game.
Okay.
But it's coming out for free at the end of this month, so I thought it could be pretty cool to look forward to. I mean, I might play it for a couple days or something like that. It looks really cool.
That sounds really
I was wondering if some of you guys heard about it.
Super pumped about it. I mean, I know everybody's all like, oh, it's such a blatant ripoff, blah, blah, blah. Get real, people. Every game in existence is basically a ripoff of another game. I mean, nothing's really original. Like, why can't a game be similar but have a different story and, exist? Like, if that was the case, Pokemon and Temtem couldn't exist. We'd only have Pokemon because... Who needs another creature collecting game? It's such a blatant ripoff. We don't need it.
People in chat are asking, what's the name of this again? What's the name of this?
Genshin Impact.
Yeah. I would like to say I'm very hyped for this. I get into games for the storyline. And I believe if I'm not mistaken, like along with the art style, it's got a fully voiced, like in-depth like anime storyline to the game. So
and it's like written and written by actual people that make anime, I believe. So the story is essentially just like watching a really good anime. So I think it's going to be pretty good. I don't know if the longevity of it, but I think for the first couple whatever's, it should be pretty hype.
Is it going to be an MMO or just an RPG?
It's not MMO?
I think it's just an RPG. I don't even know if it's online. I think it's just offline RPG.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I think it's an MMO because I learned about it on MMO Hut. They were talking about it. They only cover MMOs.
It looks like MMO.
So people in the chat. Yeah, people in chat are saying it's got co-op features, but it's not an MMO. It's the same boat as Temtem. As it's an MMO.
Don't let Yah hear you saying that.
Yeah.
Genshin Impact will be an online multiplayer game rather than just a solo game. However, it is not an MMORPG either.
So somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it's in the middle. I get really hyped for stuff like this. I'm a big fan of Guild Wars 2.
Google images of it.
And so
show people here.
Jumping into this, have you guys ever played the Tales of games, like Tales of the Abyss?
Vesperia?
Yeah. Like I love those games, and I love just getting to absorb the storyline of them. So having an opportunity
to art style too.
Yeah,
this really looks like Breath of the Wild.
Any animated art style like that is anime styled or just I don't know, just cell shading comic-y style or anime style is just gorgeous, and it ages so much better than like high quality ultra realistic graphics, because in 20 years those ultra realistic graphics are going to look like garbage, but I can play the original Mario game and not feel bad about playing it because it doesn't look ultra realistic for its time.
Yeah, that's held up true again in many games, that the cartoon animated style holds up way better. WoW and World of Warcraft and StarCraft all being, examples.
WoW has not really held up super well.
I don't want to talk about WoW because they're dragging me back in with Shadowlands. The animatics they've released for it look fresh.
The original graphics of WoW did not really hold up. They've done
the original graphics
of improving it and revamping it.
Their core art style, that's the whole point. They've been able to keep up with it because they picked simplistic cartoon, and they tweak it and they update it, but their core direction and style of art has stayed the same. That's the exact same thing that you were just saying, that timelessness of it. So, but okay, no, that's very cool.
It's not timelessness if you have to update it over time.
Do we have a release date for this game? An estimated?
It's 28th, I believe. So that's why I mentioned it, because it was kind of around the corner, the end of this month. So the 28th is when it launches, and it's free to play. So I would imagine a handful of people playing it. So you said non-Temtem related, which I think there's something non-Temtem related in the world.
That's right. That was your response to me.
That honestly concerns me that it's free to play, because what kind of in-game purchases are there going to be? Is it going to be pay to win? Are you going to be able to buy weapons? Is it going to be purely cosmetic? Is it going to be quality of life, like storage capacity and stuff like that? I mean, that's the one thing that always worries me about this game is, it looks beautiful, but how many microtransactions are there going to be? Am I going to have to put in a bunch of money just to be able to make the game enjoyable?
Gaijin, don't look at Marvel Avengers, man.
I fully expected that. I'm not going to pick up that anyways, just because I know that that's exactly what they were going to do. And
it's an online service.
And just the fact that they put in, because I believe Spider-Man is locked behind Sony exclusive.
I think I will let you finish that thought, but I feel like we should end the show here, and then we do the post show.
This is great post show.
Continue this discussion.
Yeah, let's wrap up with some quick plugs here. So,
keep that in your mind, Gaijin. Write down that note right now, because I want to talk about this in the post show.
So I got it pulled up on stream. If you're watching on stream, do us all a favor. All right, follow along. I'm gonna go down to at the very bottom of the bumper. There's a TemTalk podcast link that you can click on, and it's gonna open up a link to all of the hosts here's socials to you. So you can click right here on the very top, the most important Von Lin on Twitch link. No, I'm kidding. Everyone is important, but click these links. Follow us on these other social media, please. All right.
Click the top link if you want feet streams.
Yeah, it's true. He's not lying. But no, twitch.tv/VonLin is myself. What's that? What's that?
Feet streams?
Yes. Yeah. VonLin does exercises on stream with, channel point redemption, and his feet just happen to find his way into the view every single time.
Hey, you're the weirdo that's on top of this, knowing this and clipping it all together for a montage. So I don't know, but you can find the show on YouTube in YouTube format, YouTube.
Put it back into the community.
/C/TemTalk, or anywhere you get podcasts on your mobile devices. So hit that sub to us. We're up to 172 subs. We're gonna get to 200 soon. Going around the table for everyone else though. PlusOP, where can people find more of you? Of course, I'm sure your Twitch channels are great. Go on and plug that, your YouTube channel, whatever you got. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, if you guys wanna, how do you say it? I actually never really plugged before.
I'll do it for you.
I mean, Twitch. I mean, PlusOP at twitch.tv, and what else? I guess the YouTube too. YouTube.com/PlusOP.
Oh, yeah, don't forget about onlyfans.com/PlusOP.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Wait, do you actually have an OnlyFans, or now is he trolling now?
No way. Okay. But maybe. Maybe it's a secret one.
I mean, the people keep demanding. the accidental streams some more. So
Oh my god.
there's a demand for it.
Yeah, no, but if people, I mean, everyone watching live on Twitch knows who you are, but if you're watching this on YouTube, go and you want to see more Plus, go check them out at twitch.tv/PlusOP. I'm guessing is the URL.
Yeah, you're basically live every day except for Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I like to take. I used to only take 1 day off, but then as I stream more and more, I needed 2 days off. So yeah, it's usually either Monday, Tuesday off or Sunday, Monday off. I decide on whatever's going on that week. So yeah, Sunday, Monday, or Monday, Tuesday are my off days. I just make sure to say it on stream. But yeah, usually on every time other than those 2 days. So yeah, 5 days a week I'm online, and just like Valen said, what is it? Is it twitch.com or Twitch?
You really don't plug yourself.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv/PlusOP. Go check.
There we go. Thank you, Valen.
What was I? So speaking of you on Twitch, your numbers have been looking great. Twitch sponsorship or partnership coming soon. I'm hoping for you if it hasn't already. Is that what?
Yeah, I mean,
going?
I don't know. I'm getting a little bit more discouraged because maybe I submitted so we got invited to apply. You know, if you hit those metrics, you get invited to apply to the partnership program.
Yeah.
And I applied maybe well over a month ago. I'm saying maybe we're on the 6th week and they haven't said anything. So it could be good news or it could be bad news. But I'm trying to think that maybe they're trying to just consider it. Like they're just saying, okay, let's evaluate him a little bit more, give him more time to stream. So I guess they're on the fence about it. I don't know.
I think it's one of those things. Plus, like, so I kind of thought that this might happen. I mean, I figure if any Temtem streamer gets it, it's gonna be you. But I think it's gonna be closer, like after another launch, just because the numbers for Temtem viewership drop dramatically. Yeah. So you start to, I think they look at the this is the number that he was averaging before this week, and for because before Kisiwa, I mean, the numbers were not stellar for all of Temtem, and after that we got an influx. We had like 3,000 viewers in one day, and then we had like at least 1,000 to 2,000 viewers the next couple weeks, but have started to slow back down, and we're back looking at like maybe 200 numbers, but the average viewership has dropped dramatically from what it was, because back when Kisiwood launched, you were like what 300 viewers average.
Well, that's for tournaments. Yeah, no way on a normal stream that would be, but yeah, for the tournaments, people were so excited. I remember the first one at Kisiwo was like 300 plus. Yeah, you're right, Gaijin.
Crazy.
So I think once Temtem gets a more like a higher viewership, it'll be more likely. I know somebody that's applied 3 or 4 times, and even though they hit those metrics consistently,
why is Twitch so stingy with it? What do they have to lose by giving it out once you hit the metrics?
I mean, I guess money essentially.
Well, partners, they partner with people that they think are a good fit, because if you're a partner on Twitch, I mean that means something, and they have to expect those people to represent them essentially. Affiliates nothing. It's an easy target.
It's an automated system almost of small metrics.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically everybody gets affiliates.
I also think it might be
I'm not affiliated.
a workforce thing too, because every Twitch partner that I've known in the past, they get assigned a direct person to work with at Twitch. So maybe they need to assign more people, employ more people to
say that
one-on-one basis.
When you said it's been 6 weeks, it could just be a backlog issue with them and COVID and work issues with that.
People that started streaming since this whole COVID situation, I mean, it's very likely that
there's a lot of people.
Maybe the fact that they haven't said no already, maybe that's. Then I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot.
We should have this discussion in the post.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we are dragging on here. So Kennedy, going on to yourself, where can people find more of you?
You can find me on Twitter and on YouTube at PresBKennedy. Spelled just how it sounds, PresBkennedy. I do D&D content on YouTube, and on Twitter, I'm a person. That's it.
And guys, and yourself, sir.
I mean, you guys can find me at the usual places. I mean, I'm fairly easy to find. It's Gaijin Boo, whether it be Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and that is ITS GAIJINBUU. You can find me at any of those locations. I took the weekend off, but I'm going to be starting up streaming again tomorrow. Yeah, that's me.
Well, thank you, Plus, so much for having us on, joining us. I should
Having
say.
us on.
Yeah,
By
right?
the way, TemTalk is yours now.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. I guess just turning over the keys of the
I'm
screen.
getting pulled in by
That
the
was-
gravity.
No way. I appreciate you guys having me on for sure. Thank you guys.
No, thank you. We'll have to have you back on again soon. I hope you'll come back again.
Don't do it, because that's how they got me to stick around.
Oh yeah,
Resident
co-host.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Uh-oh.
Yeah, next time
Part
I have you on though.
Part of the shit.
Yeah.
Wait, you broke everything for a second there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's back now. Next time we have you on though, I mean, I was hoping to talk about it this time, but it didn't come up. I just want to talk about, like, what it's like, initially starting your auctions to what it's like now, because I'm sure it's changed a lot. Your process changed a lot, but obviously that's what
auction or the streams or
like how you run your auctions and all that stuff.
Let's dive into it right now. We'll do the post show. So Plus, we're gonna play some music to end here, and that will cut off the produced version that goes up on YouTube in the show. But then we stay on Twitch online for a little bit longer just to chat as a little extra perk for the live viewers. So this is also a plug for that for anyone listening after the fact. We're about to talk about all those things that we just kept talking about we had to cut off. We're going to go revisit all that. So you can only get that live, though, by tuning in every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. So with that, that's going to do it for us all. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone have a good week.